Yo.
What's
up,
people?
YouTube?
We're here. We're live. Chris. Oh man. I mean, you're basically gonna take full reign on this one, but I'm just happy to be back at a watch along. I feel like it's been a while since we've done one of these.
Yeah, it has. I mean, that's both refreshing and sad at the same time.
Yeah.
But it's nice to have some free time again on a Friday night to
Yeah.
do this
Just a
type of
little
thing.
bit.
So
Yeah.
can't
Enjoying
complain. It
what
has
small amount of
been a
freedom
while
we
though,
have
so
now.
we'll see how many familiar faces come back around. You know, that's the truth
Yeah,
test.
definitely. Well, the truth is that we have a lot of familiar faces right here watching this movie tonight
That is
with
true.
us. But before we start bringing them in, Chris, on the latest of the Talking TV watch-alongs, I got to keep track of how many we've done so far because I got to do a clip show for this at the end of the year. What movie are we watching tonight?
Oh, tonight we are watching one of the best films of all time, one of the best films
Okay.
of
Slow your
1984.
roll there, buddy.
It's
Okay, I'll give you 1984.
and of all time. I mean, if you have a heart, I think you'd agree with that. And so, with that being said, Dom, you want me to say it?
Just say it, dude. Like I said, this is your show tonight.
Yeah, we're wasting no time, guys. Thank you for joining us for our live watch along of The Karate Kid. Let's go.
In honor of Cobra
Cannot
Kai
wait.
being on Netflix, taking
Mhm.
advantage of that nostalgia. But no, seriously, this is a fun movie. I'll admit, I'm harsh on this movie, but it's only because I think there's a lot of other better movies from '84. But this is still a great movie. And Chris, we've got some great people here to watch this movie with us for tonight.
That's true, but Dom, before we do that, there's something I want to announce right now, and I want to give you
Yes.
the honor of announcing it. Something coming
really?
up on Monday, I believe. Well, we're recording on Monday, and they'll hear it a little
We're
later on in the
recording
week.
on
But
Monday. Oh yeah, that's going through.
I think it's going through, and I think it ties
All right.
in pretty nicely with what we're
All right,
talking
people.
about tonight.
Well,
so.
it's official. We can announce it here. First and foremost is that this coming Monday, which will be September 21st, we will be recording our first live interview with an actual celebrity. That's right, people. Jeffrey Bryan, keyboardist of the band Survivor, who, if I'm not mistaken, was also a background extra in this movie that we're about
He
to watch
was.
tonight.
And
We
that's
are
why I wanted to
interviewing
announce
him.
it.
We are
Yep.
interviewing him on Monday, the 21st, people. The official
Yeah.
podcast episode will be released on YouTube and Anchor on Wednesday, but that's going to be our next episode. It's going to be a wild, insane ride. I still can't believe that it actually happened.
Yeah, for those of you guys who don't know, Survivor is the band that famously coined a little song called Eye of the Tiger, among many other things that they've done. I mean, I like old music, so they have a bunch of like solid singles and stuff, like High on You is a phenomenal track, and there's a whole plethora of other great songs. But I mean, this dude kind of started off as like an actor for a little while, and it didn't quite take, and he landed just a few like, background jobs in movies like Karate Kid and whatnot. And so we're going to kind of talk with someone about his life traversing Hollywood and sort of like the differences from then and now. And it should be really fun. And it's something new for the channel. Like we always promise you guys, we're always trying to do new things. Speaking of that, this is our biggest watch along yet.
Yes.
So
we got the expanded we got the expanded pack for StreamYard. So Chris,
we bought the upgraded pack, so we might as well use
just
it.
to
Right?
remind people, again, that interview will be happening on the 21st of September, this coming Monday. The episode will be released on Wednesday, the 23rd of September. So keep a close eye out for it. It's going to be our biggest episode yet. I can't wait to
Yeah,
talk to these guys.
and really, I mean, you guys don't really need to know about the whole 21st part, but if you want to know what Dom and I are going to be doing at 5 p.m., if you're just like, damn, like I wonder what Chris and Dom are doing right now while we're recording that interview that's coming out on that Wednesday. And hopefully it's the first of many interviews, because I have another show where I interview people, and it's a lot of fun, but my other co-host is not as on point as Dom.
Wow.
But that's all right, because tonight we have
take every chance you can to throw Andrew under the bus. Literally
I'll always
every
throw Andrew under the bus,
single
dude.
chance. You have
every
a
chance I
problem.
get. But
Anyways, can we start bringing our guests in?
Dom, you read my mind, man. I don't know how you always do it.
I'm good. I'm kind of good at that. We really do have a Troy and Ahmed dynamic. It's a problem. Anyways, Chris, let's start bringing in these people that have so faithfully given up their Friday nights to be here with us watching this movie.
Yeah, that is, you know what? Let's bring them in. First and foremost, everyone, welcome back to the show. First time on the channel, though, because she was a part of a little film festival we did a few weeks back where we watched Mortal Kombat. Almost forgot the movie we watched because it is kind of forgettable.
How could you?
Anyways, tonight's movie is not forgettable. Neither is she. Everyone, please welcome Kristen, a.k.a. Miss Filmingo, to the show. What's up, Kristen?
Hello.
Kristen, what's
Hi.
up?
How are you
finally
guys?
have you on the channel.
Yeah, I'm excited to be here. I was just like you know what? It's about time I come on here. Why not let it be for the Karate Kid? Why not?
Right.
Why
Yeah.
not?
So, you do a little show with someone else who will introduce here shortly. But do you want to say something about it before we jump in, or you want to let him? do the
Yeah. I'll let my other co-host do the big intro. But for now, my name is Kristen, like that was stated. You can follow me on Instagram at Miss Flamingo or on Twitter at KFlamingo, and I just do all sorts of fun movie stuff. I just posted a review of I'm Thinking of Ending Things, so if you actually want to go read that, go check that out. But watch this first, then go read that.
Cool. Yeah, and everyone's links will
Priorities,
be in the
people.
description as always. So don't be rushing to write this down right now. We got you covered.
Yeah.
Just let us finish
You
this first.
actually think
And
people write this stuff down?
I don't know.
Who
I
writes
mean, hey,
things
man.
down
paper?
anymore?
They can just
I just have to
Notepad
type
on
it
the
on
iPhone.
their
just
phone.
search it on their phones.
Yeah, notepad on the iPhone, dude. Jot that down
Oh
real
my
quick.
God. Who's next?
Next is the one and
speaking of
only, also first time on the channel as well, Mac of Mac Movie Reviews. What's up, Mac? How you doing, man?
What up, Mac?
I can't complain. Welcome. Happy to be on here. I could have been on here for the Mortal Kombat, but work is a pain in the ass. But I'm happy to join here for the Karate Kid. When you asked me, I'm like, "Are we watching the 2010 one?" You're like, "Nope, the OG one." I'm like, "Good. That's good in my
I was
book."
about to say, you should have known better. You should have given us the benefit of the doubt. As
Don't
far as
automatically
that
jump
goes.
to Jaden
Come
Smith.
on, man. I love how that's the first thing that comes up on your mind, too, when it says The Karate Kid, not the amazing original.
Well, they should have not made the name of the same
I
thing
agree.
with the reboot. So dumb.
I agree.
Terrible. But you know what's not terrible? You and Kristen have a podcast together. Why don't you tell people about that a little bit real quick?
So we are the co-host of the Mac Movie Reviews podcast. It's my name, trademark pending. So we just talk about films or retrospectives, reviews. We bring you some news. We answer some questions. We just celebrated our 30th episode this past last Friday. We had Robert Makes the Cut, aka Big Mac 007. And today we interviewed first-time director Oak Anderson, who directed the short horror film known as Slit. And that little 40-minute interview should be up this weekend with Oak, so be on the lookout for that. But if you want to follow us, you can just look us up on YouTube at Mac Movie Reviews or Anchor or Spotify or iTunes.
Cool.
Perfect.
Very cool. Awesome. And this next guy is someone who I'd say is our newest friend here on YouTube, someone we've met a little
Yes.
more recently than the rest of the gang here, but nonetheless, we've already worked with him quite a bit. We did, me and AJ as well, we did a little reaction video, ranking video to the Lost seasons over on his channel. He's been on our channel for a few watch-alongs, so everyone, welcome back. AJ Reacts 2. What's up, man?
AJ, my
Hey,
rival when it
what's
comes
up?
to hot takes. What's going
Yes, right. We go neck and neck with that.
Yes.
But yeah, what's going on, everybody? I'm AJ.
What's up?
Yep, for the
on, dude? You
viewers,
are
I'm
indeed
AJ. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, Letterboxd, all that. AJ Reacts to all across the board. As far as what I have, on my channel, I do. I'm kind of backing away from movie reviews, but I do those still. I do tier lists. I do rankings and all that kind of stuff. I love film. I love television shows, and I even get into like taste testing sometimes too. So you never know what you're gonna get with AJ Reacts too.
Respect, dude. Appreciate that, especially with the taste testings. That
Yeah,
already,
man.
That already
It's
made
a
you
ton
a
of
couple
fun.
tiers up in my book.
It's a ton of fun.
Cool.
But
Yeah.
sounds
And
like it.
speaking of a ton of fun, someone that we've known for a long time here on YouTube, arguably one of our oldest YouTube collaborators, friends, if you will. The only downside to this guy is that he's from Canada. No, I'm just kidding. Canada's kind of cool.
Wow. Wow.
What's going on,
Way to
Brando?
go,
Welcome back
gang.
to the channel, man.
Brando,
And
what's
also,
up, dude?
congrats on the 3K subscribers, dude. That's awesome. man.
Yes,
Well,
indeed.
Thank you very much. And yes, I am Canadian, but don't worry, Canadians like me can take a joke. So bring it on, guys. But yes, I'm just writing down all these people's Instagram accounts and YouTube accounts on my notepad here, not actually on my phone. So I'm just trying to write them all down. AJ's got Twitch and Letterboxd. I got too much stuff to watch, guys.
I hate
Twitch and
everything
Letterboxd.
right now.
Well, anyways, guys, my name is Brandon, aka the Brandocritic, and you can find me on YouTube and Instagram. And on my channel, you can find reviews, first-time reaction videos. I've been doing a lot more of those recently. And I've been doing a lot more live streams. I'm starting to get the Brando show up and running. And I've been doing a lot of movie hunting, at least one video a month where I go to a certain different flea market or thrift shop or certain stores where they get lots of great movie deals. And today we're watching The Karate Kid. So I've been painting fences all day. My house looks amazing. My car is just pristine clean. And I even have my copy of Karate Kid right here. So I'm ready to go. And it might be a little bit old school, but hey, sometimes with a movie from 1984. Yeah.
Phenomenal.
Bro.
Yeah.
I love it.
It's funny. I would always, as a kid too, I would always write my initials on the back of all the like the barcodes. So there it is right there. So it's like no one could steal my Karate Kid tape. It's mine. But
Wow.
And speaking of which, I know Mac was talking about, are we going to watch the original or the new one? And then my buddy Jaden Smith actually found out that we were watching the old one, and he asked me to join. I told him to pound sand. I told him to kick rocks. So I burned a bridge. I burned a bridge today, but no. But I'm excited to be here with everybody. So cheers to everybody here. I'm gonna have a great time. I freaking love this movie. So yeah,
man.
Chris and Dom, thank you so much for inviting me, man, and good to see everybody here.
Brandon,
Cheers to
you were
Jaden
on
Smith.
fire there. That was
You
awesome.
are on fire,
Yeah.
Brandon. And I gotta say, once
It's not
again,
scripted. It's not scripted. I promise.
I
There's
believe
nothing there.
you.
congrats on the 3K again, man. I
Yes,
couldn't think of
thank you
anyone
so
else who
much, guys. I
deserves
really
it.
appreciate that.
Man.
Last but not least, our resident UFO hunter, my favorite
Yes.
conspiracy
Yes.
theorist.
I can't believe
Man.
that actually happened.
Look, man, if there is something strange and dark and mystical going on in the
your
world, this dude is
neighborhood.
all over it as of late. Everyone,
Who you
please
gonna
welcome the
call?
one and only David of Flix Talk
Man.
to the channel.
First, before I get my tinfoil hat, I gotta follow Brando. Really, guys? You put me after Brando after all of that?
Yes, dude. because
Come
you're the
on.
one who put out
No,
a UFO
but-
video recently.
Hey, don't coin me the UFO guy. It was a spur of the moment thing, and people
Oh,
really
too
liked
late
it. And
now.
we're
Man,
like,
it blew
Too
up though,
late
man.
now.
Oh, yeah,
That
it did.
video.
hey,
It did.
people, we were so surprised. Chris and I, he knows, man. We were like, what the freak is happening, right now? But hey, that's fun. I mean, I'm a huge skeptic. Let's keep it going. But just like AJ, man, I do a lot of different things on my channel, and I'm kind of falling in and out of love, with movies. I just started watching Antebellum today, so I got to finish that. So that will be,
Same.
up this weekend.
luck.
Yeah. So I've heard.
Right?
But yeah, I do reviews, movie reviews, as well as a couple of shows that we were watching, Lovecraft Country, which I'm, part of, weekly chat with Chris on his as well as on mine. We talk spoilers there weekly. I watch a couple other shows, but it's mainly just kind of like live streams, just vlog out and about, and just kind of getting, just talking directly with our, cinephile fan base. That's what I love kind of doing, and just playing retro games along the way or whatever, may have you, and just having fun here. And I mean, I'm so glad to be on this panel. This is a huge panel. I actually saw Karate Kid a couple of days ago because I hadn't seen it since I was a little kid. And we'll kind of go over where I think it holds up, because it might be a surprise. A lot of people are calling this a classic, but I had a lot of gripes with it. So
David,
we'll
you've
get
already
into it.
become
And
my
I,
favorite guest so far
yeah,
tonight.
and I know Dom was kind of on that take as well. So we'll go over it. But
Yeah.
I'm actually glad I'm
Of course
watching
Dom
this
is, though.
with you guys. Yeah, I'm happy to be here.
But,
though.
Awesome moments for sure, but
Yeah, and just to because I kind of made David seem like the dude who's praying for a UFO up there. I actually knew like way more than David on that stream. I am sort of a conspiracy guy behind closed doors. Not to throw David under the bus. It's all in good fun. It's all
don't
especially
I
with
know
the
it.
chat that we had going on. Shout out
Jeez.
Dr. 5150. So with all that out of the way, guys, like, do we want to start the film, or does anyone have anything they want to get off
on
their
you,
chest
dude.
about this movie before we start? Or okay, Brando's giving me the signal.
I'm ready. I was doing karate
I love
kicks, like doing the crane kick before the stream came on, so I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
Thank God they moved
Waxing
Cobra
on and
Kai.
off all day. He's ready to go.
Thank God they
Yeah,
moved Cobra
dude.
Kai off YouTube, Reddit, and Netflix so people can actually watch it.
Yeah, that was a big
Yep.
move. That was a smart move.
It's
That was a
true.
huge
I was
move, and
never
you know
gonna
what
watch
else
it
would
while
be
it
a
was on
smart
YouTube
move?
Premium.
We are gonna start the movie in 3, 2, 1. We are off.
To the races,
Awesome.
people.
I'm excited, guys. This is gonna be a good one. I've been waiting for this one for a long time, just so everyone knows.
This
officially
belt is
to
tight.
relax on. Guys, just to give you some perspective, someone literally called me today right after I got out of work, literally just to say, dude, I'm so pumped for this movie. I'm so
Dude,
pumped for this movie."
I've been
I was
excited
like,
about
I got
this,
it,
man.
Chris. I got it. You're excited.
Yeah.
Newark, New Jersey.
Newark, New
Great
Jersey.
place to start.
New
Yeah, could you think of
Jersey.
a better place to start?
Would give us the greatest the location that would give us the greatest TV show of all time, not even 16 years later.
This
John G. Avildsen.
I don't know if I was the only one, but I really forgot about this intro.
I did
Was-
too.
Great
did,
intro.
did everybody know about the New Jersey? And like, did they all remember that? Like,
I
No.
remembered that.
no.
No,
I thought
I
it was
mean, you only
San
see
Francisco.
it. You only see it for like 1 minute right now, but I totally
But then
forgot
it's
about it.
mentioned throughout the film numerous times, and I've been
Yeah.
watching the series. I can't get over how many times he's like, "I'm from the tough streets of Newark," and I'm like,
Yeah.
"I wish we had more time there."
It is very,
I-
it is
know,
very
because
forgettable,
Of
but
all
that's
the
all right
characters
because so
who
much of this
started on
movie
the East
isn't. You know
Coast,
what I mean?
of
Robert,
all
we're
the
doing
characters
great,
who
man.
started-
Robert.
Yeah.
Thanks
So
for being here.
speaking about Ralph Macchio, did you guys know that he was 22 when they filmed this movie?
Oh, I think
That's
so.
it?
No,
I heard
that's
that.
gotta be a
Something like
lie.
that.
That's gotta
No,
be a
it's-
freaking
it's-
lie.
You know what?
Every
Hey.
young actor was like secretly 30.
Canadians are known for our hockey and our maple syrup, but not for lying. I'm dead fucking serious on that one.
He looks so
22.
young in this movie. He looks
I
young
thought
in
he
this
was,
like,
movie.
Not
16
22.
when he filmed this.
Yeah.
Like,
Like-
honestly, he's got like that baby face.
Totally. I mean, I can relate. I just
Wow.
shaved and I can, yeah, I look like I'm 14 right now. But yeah, like I watched this, like I said before the stream, I watched this as a kid and then I saw it again this summer when I went to the drive-in for the very first time for my birthday and this movie was playing.
Oh, wow.
And then I knew that my sister would love it. So I'm like, Taylor, you got to watch it. And then she's like, oh my God, I love Ralph Macchio in this movie. He's just so dreamy. I love him. She didn't use that word. But then I'm like, yeah, he was 22. And she's like, no way. And she was calling me on BS on that. But yeah, look it up. He was 22. Like that is just, it's nuts. He does look like he's
Yeah.
13 years old.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
What
I
a
thought I had
baby.
a bad baby
That is
face in
crazy.
certain situations.
Yeah.
Chris, I'm in the same boat as you, buddy.
Dude, this kid on my job is like 19, and he's like, "Yeah, man. So like, you going into senior year?" I'm like, "Dude, I'm 26, bro." Chill out, man. Okay.
Yeah. Dude, I'll chaperone your senior dance.
Oh, my computer hates me.
That's right, Dom. We don't, man.
I'm glad that you guys don't, but StreamYard on my computer does. So I'm just making you aware of that.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I actually just watched the sequels this week
Driveway.
for the first time.
I've had to
Yeah, I
do that
didn't-
before. It's so annoying.
I didn't realize
Am I
there's
I
so many
haven't seen the
sequels too.
third one.
Mhm.
I'm
Me neither.
probably the only one who hasn't seen the sequels, right? In this group? 'Cause
No,
I've
I
only
haven't.
the
I haven't
first
seen
one.
them.
I've seen them.
Okay.
I've
only
seen the second
two.
one, not the third one.
Yeah,
And
I'm with
almost three
AJ.
Or the next Karate.
What about the
Kid.
notorious fourth one, the next Karate Kid?
Yeah, with,
seen all-
Hillary
I've-
Swank, right?
I've seen
Yeah.
all three of
Yeah.
the sequels.
I have not.
I was just texting
'Cause
my
they're-
friend today saying how funny
I've
would
not
it be
seen that one.
if Hillary Swank was they brought her into Cobra
Going to
Kai.
Cobra Kai.
That would be kind of interesting, honestly.
Funny.
Yeah, what's she doing nowadays?
Well, you know.
I think
Well, she
she's
has
a
a
little
Netflix
busy.
show.
Oh,
She has a Netflix
Yeah,
show.
Yeah, just that away,
Mhm.
Yeah.
She can make
What
a
show is it?
cameo.
I
away.
read an amazing theory online.
And she's
about
the
who
lead?
Miguel's father.
Yeah,
might
she's
be.
the lead.
Yeah. Mr.
Okay.
College Man, 22-year-old Ralph
Man,
Macchio.
seriously.
I think everyone has. a
I still
Netflix
can't get
account.
over
He
that.
looks young. Let me tell you, I would not have thought he was 22.
That kind of changed my perspective of the whole film now.
Yeah.
That's kind of
Gosh.
weird, yeah. Dude, he
So
looks like
weird.
he's like
Yeah.
17 tops.
Right?
He
Yeah.
does.
No wonder why
I
he
thought
gets
he was
bullied.
what?
Oh.
You think he cut
The
weight
whole-
to like get this role? Because he looks like freaking.
Probably. He
No,
looks
he
like
was
he's
just-
skinny.
Apparently,
he
they
just
just wanted
skinny,
to
yeah.
get someone
Yeah,
skinny,
maybe
yeah.
he was just. Yeah, I feel like he might have
Skinny and
just been
young.
skinny. I don't know, man.
Yeah.
And the
I
whole
know his
time
pain.
the whole time I was watching this a couple days ago, I was like, all of the bullies looked like 3 or 4 years older than him. So how old were
Yeah.
they?
Exactly.
Oh, God.
You know what? I actually don't know how old
There is a
William
slight
Zabka
age
was.
difference. There is a
36?
slight age difference because I thought, like now, I think what's his face,
William Zabka?
William
Zabka. I
Zabka.
thought he was like 60 something, and I thought Ralph Macchio was like 50 something.
60
I'll
something.
look-
Wow, he does not look
Yeah.
60 at all.
He doesn't
Robert-
either. Yeah, to me either.
He
Robert
was
Yeah,
great.
Ralph
But-
Their
Macchio.
age.
Ralph Macchio is 58, and he looks good.
58. Wow,
I
these
know.
people didn't age at all. That's
Right.
crazy.
I
I mean, if you
know.
see them in Cobra Kai, like they look like older people, obviously, but they don't
Yeah.
look
Oh
58.
no, never mind. Wait, William Zabka is 54, so never mind.
Okay, he's
Okay, that makes
younger,
sense.
a little bit
I
younger.
Oh,
was
so he was like,
Yeah,
like
he's
18 then.
He was 14. He was 4 years younger than Daniel LaRusso.
That's
Yeah.
insane.
4 years
Dang.
younger.
That's actually
He didn't
kind
look
of
it.
amazing.
And,
No,
At all.
and he looks
And-
so much older.
Yeah.
I know.
That's just bizarre. But what's funny is that that both actors were like best friends, like back in the day. Which I always kind of find it funny how like some certain like characters in movies like give it like another example would be like Harry Potter and Malfoy, but off camera they're like best friends. I don't know. I just love that.
That's interesting for sure.
Yeah, it's pretty great. Guys,
I don't know if you
wanted to
guys
say-
ever heard of this show. It's like kind of a sappy show that was on NBC, I believe. It was called Parenthood,
Yeah.
and
Right.
it has
Oh, I know that show.
Lauren Graham and Peter Krause, and they play brother and sister, and they're actually married in real life. That was crazy to me.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
A little
Oh
creepy.
yeah, I knew that.
I love that kooky old lady.
That kooky old lady.
I was gonna say that Robert makes a cut in the chat. He lives like really close to Reseda, and I'm like 40 minutes, no, probably 30 minutes away from Reseda where they film this, which is
Oh, nice.
really cool because usually when you think of California, they always film in just LA, Hollywood, but this is the Valley. This is like right outside of that area, so where a lot of people live too. So it's cool that they're kind of focusing in on that.
Mm-hmm.
Guys,
Yeah,
you
what's
wanna
like
hear a
the
hilarious
nice-
fan theory that I heard about Miguel's father from Cobra Kai?
I haven't seen the show yet, so no spoilers.
Oh,
What's the fan
man.
theory? That
Well,
what?
the fan theory is that his dad is the villain from Karate Kid 3, the Thomas Ian Griffith
Ugh.
character.
No.
Oh, I
That
wouldn't
That'd be
even
kinda
know. I
cool.
don't see it.
Sense.
Yeah.
That would be kind of cool. Damn. I kind of wish I didn't hear that, but that would be kind of cool.
Yeah, I wish I didn't hear that too.
But David, he lives in Reseda, and then I know that Elizabeth Shue's character Allie lives in like a nicer area. What's that area called?
That
remember?
was.
Bel Air.
Oh, was it at Encino?
I'm pretty sure it's Encino, yeah, because that's
Right.
where
Oh, yeah.
LaRusso
They go to-
like
They go to like a country club, right? Encino Country Club or
Mhm.
something like that.
yep,
later
yep,
on.
exactly.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I've never been to Encino, but Rob could probably tell you. I don't really know the area too much.
Yeah, I mean, I was only in LA for 2 weeks, but it pretty much all looked the same. But hey, so does like Brooklyn. So hey, we'll keep it even here.
So was that true then? I mean, Cobra Kai guys, that like he does have like 3 car lot, like he owns like 3 car dealerships in real
Oh,
life.
yeah.
Okay, that wasn't just for the
That's
show then.
crazy.
Oh, Daniel, the actor Ralph
Daniel
Macchio
LaRusso,
actually
yeah.
owns.
Ralph Macchio, yeah.
You think
Right.
that people walk up to him, they're like, "Oh my gosh, you're freaking the kid from Karate Kid. Can you do a crane kick on the prices, man?"
Well, I'm sure he
You're
doesn't. I'm
awesome."
sure he doesn't show up there, but
On the-
You think he actually gives out those bonsai plants when he sells a car?
Be pretty
Yeah, that'd be pretty sick.
That would be
awesome.
dope.
I would
Yeah,
love that.
Wait, he just like leaves him in the passenger seat. Like,
Yeah, I gotta get me one of those plants, man.
it's funny.
Cutting it with scissors, trimming it.
good pacing.
Here
we
so
go,
far in
man.
This movie.
Yeah, it's
Absolutely.
real.
and yeah, Pat Morita was nominated for an Academy Award.
Academy Award.
Yeah.
Like,
That's right.
yeah. Daniel's son. Love him. Love him.
For me, it was that where he gets drunk later on. Oh man, that
Yeah.
scene had me.
Yeah.
Oh, let's go. So good.
There
So
he
did
is,
anybody-
Jeff Fishman, Billy, who we're interviewing, running along the beach in the white long
Yeah.
sleeve shirt.
And Team of Survivor,
Wow.
you know, they have the song in the
That's him?
credits too. Moment of truth.
Yeah, that's him. That's him, Dom.
Wow.
Woo!
All right. Good. There she is, Elizabeth Shue, who 30
Yeah.
years
Yeah.
later would be getting her eyes vaped out of her head by a certain evil Superman.
And I
But
heard she
here-
might even be in the next
That's
season of
not
Cobra
happening.
Kai, right?
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
alluded
definitely.
That'd be cool. depending on what they do with it. It also could be terrible and corny. We'll see what happens.
Right.
I feel like
Yeah.
the show is teetering
Yeah.
on like
True.
keeping its streak up or just completely dying, but that's a
Yeah,
different that's a different podcast.
100% agree.
Dom, of course, every time I get Dom into something I love, he has to open my eyes up to the actual reality of it, which isn't his fault, but it's just like, damn, man, I was
I'm
perfectly
glad that you don't
fine
like fully blame
living
me for
in-
that, even though
I
that's
can't blame
totally
you
what
for
I'm doing.
saying the truth.
I did it with Lost.
cannot
I did
blame
it
you
with
for that.
Cobra Kai. What else did I do it with?
Not The Office. That is 100%
Not
something
yet.
you are wrong.
Not
at.
yet.
Uh-uh.
Not
They
yet.
can't touch the office, huh?
People.
No,
Oh,
no
just
chance.
you guys wait. I'm gonna tear that show a new one.
I just
Right.
love. I mean, this is just good character work here, in my opinion. Like, it just
Yeah.
feels like what I could imagine my parents were doing, like in the '80s, just hanging out and
Yeah.
Yeah.
you know, cooking
Totally.
dogs on an open flame.
Yeah. Right. Simpler times. This is
Yeah,
why this
totally.
decade is my
Honestly.
favorite decade.
No social media, nothing. Like, look at this. It's like, you know,
Guys-
if you wanted to talk to a girl, you just had to talk to her, not like,
Had
yo,
to
bro,
walk
what's
up.
her Instagram?
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
like, come
Dude.
on, guys. Like,
Gotta go
Actually,
get
had to
rejected
walk
like a
up to a
man.
girl.
you have to walk up to her. Yo, I got some moves. You know? But you know what though? Like, Daniel LaRusso's got some moves. Like, I will admit, like he's got some game.
God damn,
Yeah,
Brandon.
yeah, he's confident for a little shrimp.
Yeah,
Well, I
exactly.
mean,
This
he's
is the
technically
scene where my
the ol-
sister's like,
He's a
oh,
kid from
damn.
Jersey,
he's the older guy, so he has experience, right? 22 years old. Come on.
right?
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
he's not in this film, but yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
The Cobra
Man, I
Kai
feel like we
boy.
got
And-
cheated out of being born in this. Whatever, different podcast.
Don't say
This just
that.
looks
Yeah,
so
don't
awkward,
don't
man.
let that out here, Chris.
Oh.
Don't let that out here.
Look at those precious
Time
locks.
and place.
I wish I was born
Now,
in the '80s. That's
Here's
all.
Ralph Macchio's younger brother, aka the villain of the movie.
Chris, you wish you were almost 40 years old? I don't.
Well, no,
You
not
mean you
in that
wish you were
regard.
born in the 60s so you could have lived through the 80s, is what you mean to say.
True. That is true, Dom.
I think
And
that's
also
what you
it's
were going
crazy
for. So
how-
you'd rather be 50 years old. I wouldn't mind being 50 years old. If I was 40 years old now, I'd be like, oh my God. 50 years old now, you're kind of like on the far side, so you're good.
Dom, I cannot wait to see you as a 50-year-old. That's gonna be awesome.
Oh my God. I
That'd
hope
be
I don't
definitely
make that
interesting.
one.
Still
to
doing the
see.
channel.
I hope I don't make it to 50. That's going to be weird.
Oh man, don't say that. That's not
Don't
cool.
say that. Jeez.
Oh my God.
All right, well,
Pretty
let's
dark.
focus our eyes
Dark.
on the first intense moment of the movie here.
Yes.
Yeah.
The
I love
Cobra
this
Kai
scene.
boys.
That
I'm not gonna
radio.
lie.
It's so perfect.
This is the part to me that was kind of a little bit generic. It's like, oh, they just ride in. They're a biker gang. Look at how cool they
Yeah.
are.
It's
kinda
the
like
80s.
But
Let's
it's so
Smokey the
cheesy, I
Bandit.
love
80s,
it.
yeah.
Yeah.
It was the nerdy kid getting picked
I-
on. It's
Yeah.
it's fun. It builds that development. It's
Yeah.
great.
Give me my radio.
I feel like even in the 80s, it was disingenuous is the problem.
Oh, I disagree, man. Like
It
I
feels too much like it's proving a point. It's like, oh, look at how obnoxious we're being.
but like this doesn't. I don't know. This doesn't feel cheesy to me. Like this feels like I
I'm not saying
hate these
cheesy.
assholes.
That's not the word that I use.
Oh,
It's
okay.
very
Someone
obvious
said
in how
cheesy.
it like makes these guys like it doesn't try to humanize them at all in a weird way. At least I don't think. Like it does
Well, I
later
mean,
on, but like
yeah.
the stuff they do in the beginning is so heinous. It's like it's hard to make up for.
I understand what you're saying, but I mean, I feel like it just for the purpose of the movie, like right away, you just hate these guys and like you just feel so bad for Daniel. Like, and I'm sure that all of us have been like through like some bullying times in our lives, and it like you know, and I think that's what really struck a chord with people back in the day. You know, like just everyone kind of saw themselves in Daniel just a little bit.
Yeah. I don't know. I guess I also just find it comical with the fact of like, especially, and I blame this fully on Cobra Kai, is the fact that Johnny totally sees himself as like the hero of his own story. But at least with how the flashbacks are played in that show versus how the movie goes, I'm like, wow, they are really like milking this scene. Which is funny because like I think the
they
show does
are.
it better,
Mhm.
but this movie I'm just like, oh wow, this is like so cartoonishly black and white.
I feel like Johnny in Cobra Kai, I'm not going to get too much into it because I know Brandon hasn't seen it at all. But I just feel like Johnny, he does feel like he's a hero of his own story, but he does have regrets as well.
Mhm.
And he knows that he should have done things differently in the past. So
Yeah.
that's one thing I enjoy about his character
Mhm.
in Cobra Kai.
Like, he just
Yeah, I
comes
think
in
the
and
show
beats the
does
shit
a
out
good
this
job
kid.
of intercutting sort of like flashback moments where Johnny's
Mhm.
like
True.
kind of reflecting on himself, you know?
Mhm.
And
I
what's
love
up
how
with
just
these
his new
whack ass
friend.
friends? These are whack ass friends, bro. No one had his
You
back.
just met him.
Yeah,
It don't
nobody.
matter.
They're like,
They
like,
invited
"Oh,
him to
yeah."
the beach. They invited him to the beach, and they
Right,
just watched
yeah.
him get his ass kicked. Like, come
Yeah.
on, bro. Like, I understand. Like, they know karate and stuff like this. And
Not
that,
the
by the
radio.
way, I watched a lot of karate movies growing up, martial arts movies. This is some of the wackest choreography I've ever seen in my life.
You're not wrong. I watched this.
But
we watched
besides-
teenagers. They're
besides
just
some of the
teenagers in
end,
school.
besides some of the ending, like bouts that we get between these two guys is not great.
No, that's not why I watched this movie, though. I think I kind of watched this movie for like the charm of it being such an '80s
Yeah.
film. I mean, let's be honest. First and foremost, it's like a little
Yeah.
time capsule, and it's
Mhm.
just like we said, simpler times. It's refreshing, and just like the characters, man. I mean,
Yeah. I think it's just so timeless too. Like, yeah, it's dated because of just like the dress and the way people talk, and like this is obviously an '80s movie. But I think that like this film was playing in the drive-in. Like this, like people can still find something relatable about this. We've all had bullies, we've all been in fights. Maybe not so much anymore because everyone just shits on each other on Instagram. That's the new battleground, right? But but I totally get like. I kind of like that those friends or like those other buddies who invited him, they just leave because he's still the new kid, right? And
True.
it's like, oh, maybe this kid's a loser. Maybe I shouldn't hang out with him. Like, you know what I mean? Like they're assholes. Absolutely, it's totally the wrong thing to do. But it feels realistic to me. Maybe I don't know. My high school I went to was just like the Mean Girls high school. You had the jocks sitting here. It was exactly the same. Exactly the same.
Yeah.
So I got the
Same
short
here.
end of the stick there, but you know what I mean. I'm not bitter, I swear. But yeah,
speaking of high school, we're getting that high school now.
yeah, with "Cruel Summer" by Banana.
Cruel Summer. That was the song that they played on the finale of season 2. I didn't realize that it was in this film as well.
Mhm.
That's
that's
the
cool.
last.
I like
that was
that.
the I didn't even realize that.
I did
until
not
now.
realize that. Damn.
That's the other thing I like about the show too is that the show is just unapologetically 80s.
You're low
Oh, yeah.
again.
Yeah.
Oh come on! I even disabled the audio.
But Dom said he loves how unapologetically '80s the show is, and I couldn't. agree
Oh,
more on
okay.
that, so.
Okay.
How about now?
Perfect.
Hopefully
That's
my
better.
computer
That's a
doesn't
lot
knock
better.
me out again.
Golden, man.
My computer keeps knocking me out. My computer
Yeah.
really does not like me tonight.
Anybody watch Adventures in Babysitter, or was it
Yes,
Adventures in
I have.
Babysitting?
Good
Oh,
movie.
That's a throwback.
Yes.
No, I don't know what that is, guys.
Oh, dude,
Well,
if you
that's-
love this
that's-
movie, you'll love
that's where
Adventures in Babysitting.
That's where I
Chris
first saw
Columbus's
Allie.
first movie.
That's where I first saw this girl.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah,
Is it
she's the
just
star
like
of the
another
movie.
one of
She
these
basically just
80s
has to
type?
babysit 3 kids, and they end up like going on an adventure in the city. It's one of those types of movies.
Yeah.
I
Cool.
believe
From the '80s, I
that-
assume.
Yep,
One of the kids.
87.
One of the kids
Oh,
loved
cool.
Thor
Hell yeah.
before Thor was even cool.
Yeah, that's true. And you know who
believe-
played that guy, right?
No.
Vincent D'Onofrio.
Oh, okay. I guess I didn't realize that.
Yep. I think the boyfriend too.
Damn.
The boyfriend is the voice of Superman in the Justice League animated show from the early 2000s.
Oh, okay.
Hipster cred.
I believe they also tried to remake it with Jonah Hill called The Sitter. So if you
Oh,
guys,
The Sitter, yeah.
No,
It actually
that's
wasn't that bad.
That's not the
That movie
same.
actually wasn't that bad.
no,
they
they
did
tried
remake
that,
it though. They
that's
did
what it was
remake
trying to
that
be-
movie.
Yeah,
but
that's
not-
what it was trying to be.
It was a Disney Channel original.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that.
Oh,
There's a Disney Channel
yeah.
movie with like Sophia Carpenter and one of the Descendants stars.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't
Rest
see
in
that
peace,
one.
Cameron.
The
Yeah, I
remake,
didn't see that one either.
But I
just
enjoyed the
love that
80s one.
advertised.
And to be
This is
honest,
good so far, as
I
far
might
as
make
the
some
whole-
people angry. I know I already made David angry earlier this week.
No,
But,
don't get angry, buddy. I don't get angry. Don't worry.
But the 80s is probably my least favorite decade for a film.
What?
Yeah, probably one of my favorite
Oh,
one of my favorite
AJ, throwing
decades
the
for
shade.
music.
Oh, okay.
But
You
for
probably
film-
lost some people in the chat. Then
I
just
know
saying
some people
that.
in the chat probably are like angry at me, but hey, that's just I feel like a lot of 80s films are a little overrated. Not this one, but I don't know. That's me.
Damn,
So
man.
Name
many
some.
you think is
I'm with
overrated
you on
then?
that.
I have to
Name
ask
some.
that.
Name some.
16 Candles, Bed and Breakfast
Okay, I can agree to
Club,
that.
The
I can agree
Goonies.
to that.
Did you say Bed and Breakfast
Yes.
Club?
Oh,
Really bed and breakfast club?
No, not bed,
Clearly
not bed and
shows.
breakfast club.
That'd be funny.
No,
That would make a big difference if it was the bed and breakfast club.
no.
Okay,
The-
Goonies
Yeah.
is
Oh,
definitely a
no.
little overrated, but like only a sliver.
I don't know. I mean, I can find some enjoyment in the films, but in general, those films, they don't sit well with me.
Fair
This
enough.
one does
Each
though.
his own,
I
then.
I grew up on this film though.
16 Candles and Breakfast Club keep Molly Ringwald fed at night.
Right.
Yeah,
Right?
honestly.
Basically.
You must
Still
hate
collecting
ET then,
royalties
AJ.
from those movies.
That-
I
and
know I don't
Riverdale.
hate E.T. It is overrated to me though.
Yeah,
What
I
about the
figured you'd
3
think
Indiana
that,
Jones movies? One of the few
E.T.
perfect
is
trilogies.
overrated. I'm
Wait.
gonna play that.
Everybody was saying so. Was there a question for me in there?
The 3 Indiana Jones movies. What about
I
those
love
ones?
Indiana Jones. Okay, don't get me
Okay.
wrong. I love Indiana
What about
Jones.
Blade Runner? What
Haven't
about
seen
Nightmare
it
on Elm
yet.
Street? What about Empire of the Sun? What about
Haven't
Back to the
seen it.
Future? What
Oh,
about
Back to the
Big
Future is
Chill?
overrated.
What
Back
about
to the Future is
Scarface?
overrated.
I could go on.
All right,
Yes.
we're gonna do
Do
a Back to the
right
Future
thing.
watch
Go
along
on,
with you, AJ.
and I will tell you, a lot of them are overrated to me.
Oh my god,
Bro.
I feel like I just got into a giant karate
AJ,
match
it's not that
between you two.
It's not quite to the level of the ending of Cobra Kai season 2, but it almost got there. Only virtual.
Oh man.
My dog's head
Yeah.
kind of just perked up when she heard the 80s comment. She's like,
Oh,
"Where's the dog?" There's the dog.
Robert makes the cut. Yes, The Thing. The one of
Haven't
the
seen that yet.
not
It's
the-
on my
if
watch
not
list. I need to watch
the
it.
best
Man.
horror movie
He's
ever
so
made.
smooth right now.
John Carpenter, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. And I meant to watch that one and the remake in 2011.
Oh,
Don't watch
you
that.
don't need to
Don't
watch the
watch
remake.
that.
You
Don't
don't
watch
need to
it.
watch the
No,
I
remake.
gotta see it.
You
If
can
I
watch
watch
it. You
the
can watch
original,
it.
I gotta see the
It is
remake.
pretty
Yeah.
solid.
The remake is pretty good. They do a good job respecting the original movie. Don't listen
Really?
to the other two. Yes.
Okay.
Mhm.
They set it up for
I
the
feel like
original
some people are with you guys on that, and then other people are like, nah.
Well,
But
wasn't it
I'll make
technically
my own decision. I'll watch them.
wasn't the newer
Guys,
one
do a
technically a
reaction to
prequel?
it.
Yeah, it was a prequel.
It
Was
was.
it? Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's not a remake.
the
Yeah,
same
it's a
movie.
prequel.
Oh, okay. I thought it was a remake.
No.
It's
They
supposed to
said-
It
be
has the same
the,
exact name.
Yeah.
yeah, but it's
Which
supposed
makes
to
it
be
even more
it's supposed to be
confusing.
the
Oh,
people that
boy.
were there before Kurt
Beforehand.
Russell's crew. Yeah,
Gotcha. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
That's good to
that's
know.
the only tie-in. But yeah,
Gotcha.
Like the
That's good to
Karate
know.
Kid, 2010 and 1984. Same name, but
There you
different
go.
Yep.
remakes.
Crease.
Oh,
We're
boy.
getting
Joel
Crease.
Edgerton- Oh.
Crease.
But I was gonna say the newer thing has Joel Edgerton in it.
Oh, okay.
Yep. And
So that's
Mary
worth
Elizabeth
checking it out.
Winstead.
Betty.
Oh right, yeah.
And Tormund Giantsbane from Game of Thrones.
I will
Man,
definitely check it
it's
out.
so
Oh,
funny
good
that like
God.
the production design and the set design of this dojo, it's so simple yet it's so iconic.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like everyone knows
Ah.
just like the layout of the Cobra Kai dojo.
Yeah.
I love this scene so much, man. It's
How weird
just,
is it? And I find this with a ton of 80s actors. It's so strange is that I think a lot of 80s actors look better now than they did back in the day. Even though they look obviously relatively younger. Like I think Ralph Macchio and Martin Cove look better now than they did back in the day. Billy Zabka, I think, is the only one that aged poorly.
wow, I
Yeah.
gotta disagree. I think he aged
I-
probably the best to me,
yeah,
or
me
like
too.
like pretty good. Well, I like he still looks like the exact same guy that he acts like on Cobra Kai. Like he dresses with the band shirts and stuff, and he still acts like that. And,
Right.
Man, I gotta see Cobra Kai.
let's
My
be honest,
goodness,
they're
I
all-
feel left out.
Yeah, you
Cobra
hopped
Kai's
on here
fantastic,
without
bro.
seeing
No.
a single episode.
Yeah,
I'm
well,
on season 1, episode 9. That's the current
Okay.
episode I'm on.
Yeah.
So
Do you like it
Yeah.
so
I can't
far?
hear anything else. Oh, I love it. After I
Phenomenal,
rewatched
right?
Karate Kid last night, and then I was like, I got to get into Cobra Kai now. So I quit the
So-
boys for a hot second to watch Cobra Kai. So I'm enjoying it.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's
The
like
good
it's
thing
like
about-
a better CW show. In my opinion. It's like
Yeah,
CW on
That's hilarious.
steroids.
Pretty good description.
You know what I
That's
mean?
hilarious.
You know what's
that's
ironic?
That's a great
You know what's ironic?
explanation.
The ironic thing is that the Boys was actually created by a creator of a CW show,
yeah.
Really?
Look,
Eric
look at this.
Kripke.
There's
the
two
creator
stories
of
going on.
Supernatural created the Boys.
Okay, so he did a good CW show.
Yes.
I didn't know
Hard to
those two
believe,
words
but-
could be in the same sentence. Good
Yeah.
MCW.
Hey, look, Arrow and the Flash have their moments.
I do enjoy Arrow and the Flash. Don't get me
Mhm.
wrong.
Guilty
But
pleasures.
I
Everybody
can't
watches
say that they're good.
Riverdale.
Riverdale. No, just no.
Hey, Riverdale pays my bills.
Dude,
Bro, the minute that I saw,
Red.
no
Nah.
offense, but the minute that I saw, what's his name? The minute that I
Ghost
saw
Rider?
Arch, no,
Oh,
what's the main character's name?
Archie.
Yeah,
AJ
Archie and the
Kappa or
teacher
something?
doing it in the car. I
KJ,
was
yeah,
like,
KJ
Kappa?
Appa.
Oh, I love this.
Yeah,
Just talking about how beautiful she is when no one
it's
else is around.
believable, man.
Yeah, he's like, oh man, she's like so
yeah,
hot.
that's actually pretty believable.
Yeah.
That's one thing I
She's got,
will
like,
say.
this
I think it
great
was a big
ass.
disservice that
Just kidding.
I think it was a big disservice that Ralph Macchio didn't get nominated for this, especially because '84 was such a terrible year for the Best Actor race.
Who was in it?
Dude,
Jeff Bridges for Starman, Albert Finney for something, and I forgot the other two actors. But the winner, was Tom Hulse for Amadeus, and I forgot the last one. But F. Murray Abraham won for Amadeus, and he was actually really good. Like Ralph Macchio didn't get anything for this. Eddie Murphy, nothing for Beverly Hills Cop. Nothing for Arnold for Terminator.
Yeah.
Man, they are despicable, bro.
When
Ugh.
dude,
real
he took
quick, when you guys
some-
interview the guy from Survivor, talk about the moment of truth
Yeah.
song in this movie, because that song,
yeah,
a lot of like the little licks come
Mhm.
into the score, like you just heard it there. Na 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 na.
True,
And
and
of
how
course they had
funny is
that.
it
Yeah.
that he wasn't in the band at the time he shot this movie, and he later finds his way into the band? Isn't that
Yeah, it's
something?
crazy.
Yeah, that's pretty
Wow.
crazy.
Yeah,
That's pretty crazy.
like, can't wait to figure out how that happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, but see, this is what I'm talking about with those bullies. Like, they just almost pushed this kid off a cliff. Like, that's not
That's
normal.
the 80s. It was a different time.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
Normal in my
I think this is
time.
why our generation had so much of this anti-bullying campaign that we grew up with. I think it was kind of needed. If this is
we
actually
saw
how
this
it
shit,
was.
and we're like,
Mhm.
this is not like, I'm like, well, I mean, I guess, yeah, it's like the idea of like, yeah, our idea of bullying is so much different now, but still, it's like, you look back at that, it's like, that's sociopathic behavior.
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah, that's
that's
straight up. That's
dangerous
just like
It
this
is.
cliche.
You know?
It's like this is how bullies should act, and it's just like how they write.
Yeah.
I don't
That's the
know.
reason why
I'd
that's
say
almost
this
been,
is
like, parodied to death nowadays.
so I
Mhm.
don't know. I would argue that's, I guess some places this is how bullies act. Straight up. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
in like backwoods places where there's like no civilization.
Yeah, like Canada.
Parts of Canada.
No,
But
when
I
I
was
was
more
in when I
the
was
American
in like
South.
middle school, there were kids that were physical, like really physical, like physically violent, as bullies. So
Totally.
I mean, yeah,
Being on sports
Yeah.
teams my whole life, you see some of that, but in like the
Yeah.
locker room when the coach isn't looking, like we in lacrosse, we'd like locker box, and someone would, punch you when you weren't looking with their glove on, just to be like
Yeah.
a jerk, just the
Mhm.
way it is, I suppose.
Yeah. But that scene kind of hits home, like when Ralph is or Daniel is like, I just want to go home. I hate this place. And
Yeah.
it's like he has no friends because he's the
Yeah.
new kid. Like the one hot girl in school is talking to him, but even all of her friends are like, oh my god, the new kid, like get away. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like, I mean, he's wearing
Yeah.
cargo pants
Feel
with
This is the worst outfit too, by the way.
that one is
Bad-
pretty good.
bad
Classic. I was
outfit.
just gonna comment that.
Yeah, he
You
does
don't think
not have a
that
good
you
sense
don't
of
think
Bad
people would kill
outfit.
to look like that in
Jesus.
2020? I feel like that's so ahead of its
Yeah.
time, if we're being completely
Yeah, but-
honest.
But is it Ralph?
Army
What's that?
pants, not even just cargo pants, army pants, army pattern pants, and whatever the hell colored checkered shirt. Oh my god, my dad has
And-
so many shirts like that.
and the
It's hilarious.
undershirt with it.
Yo, the
Oh my
undershirt is
God.
kinda tight, dude. That giant orange crew neck. That's
Yeah.
wild, man. I have to go on
It doesn't help
Amazon.
that he
after the
literally
stream.
looks. I
Go
love
to
like you said that he looks 17. He looks like he's 13 years old.
I know.
Like he,
He
looks
looks
like a
pretty
little
young.
kid.
He does
He looks
not
straight
look
up.
22.
He looks like he's about to apply for the
Right.
Sandlot.
That's the best thing
Yeah.
I've heard all night.
Dude, this kid has, he has confidence though.
Yeah.
Just to
Oh, yeah,
keep
yeah.
going
It's
after
mock-
this
in his
girl
own
with
way,
bruise
he
after
does.
bruise.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, he's got Tom Cruise risky business type of charisma.
Yeah, because it's so funny because all those types of parts that are cast today would be like super stuttery, be like constant like weebish, like but like with the heartthrob faces. But these kids, they were rugged. They didn't give a shit. They spoke what was on their mind.
They were chads, not simps.
Yeah, it was like,
Done. We just hit 90 subs, man. Apparently,
Woo!
Says Lady Leah. That's awesome.
Hey,
That's
what's
cool.
up.
Cheers, guys.
Nice.
You guys have all been a huge part of the journey. Everyone here, thank you in the chat and on
10
screen.
more, dude. 10 more.
Appreciate it. Damn. If as if today couldn't get any better.
Right?
Oh, here we go. Love this scene.
Y'all get 10 grand in our bank account.
Beginning.
I wish
beginning.
you.
Formation of the relationship. Oh man,
Yeah.
that just made me sad. That just made me think they're gonna try and bring back Pat Morita somehow. Oh God, I hope they don't try to do something stupid like that.
A ghost.
Oh
Is George
no!
Lucas confirmed or?
Ghost.
George Lucas confirmed.
Like have a thing. Remember in Rocky 5 when when he had those dream montages of Mickey, but those weren't like flashbacks. Those were just like actually new shot scenes with Burgess Meredith.
Oh no.
Although I will say, the line, that iconic line, you're gonna eat lightning and you're gonna crap thunder. That's one of the greatest things I've ever heard. Rest in peace, Burgess Meredith, and rest in peace, Pat Morita. Man, John G. Appleton really knew how to do iconic actors as these incredible mentor roles.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I find it so incredibly difficult. I mean, tell me guys if any of you guys just don't like Mr. Miyagi. I find it so hard how you. No, I'm saying, tell me in the chat if there's, or in this panel, if there's anyone who hates this character or doesn't like this character. I find it impossible not to like him. He's just so calming. He's so friendly.
Yeah.
He's
I
just so,
misunderstood what you were
Yeah,
saying.
it sounded like
I
you
know.
said.
Yeah, it sounded like you said you didn't like him for
I
a
was
hot
like,
second.
wait,
I was
what?
asking if you guys didn't like him because I find it
Oh.
impossible
no.
not to like him.
Oh, yeah. No, it's
Yeah, I
it's-
could see modern day internet trolls being like, "Oh, he's creepy," but especially with how he's having the kid turn toward, it's like, "Here, smell my tree." But
Oh
You,
my
Miyagi's
God.
And
All
do
right,
some
yeah.
child
Reason to
labor
watch
for
it.
me.
Calm
How about
down.
that?
Just has to give him a back massage when he's doing it.
oh shoot.
Good tree, good tree.
what?
No.
I just had to smell my tree. You had child labor from that?
No, later on when he's doing the painting the
All
house,
Yeah, the
guys,
painting
come
his
on.
house and the
That's
fence,
fine.
Oh, well, yeah, okay, all right.
Yeah.
All right.
waxing his car.
Yeah, when I saw all that, I was like, this guy's a douche, man. He's
He's
like
waxed
literally
his
just
car,
using
right?
this kid to just do his errands,
No,
basically.
he's killing two birds with one stone. He's teaching him karate and
Well, I
getting
understand that.
chores done.
I understand that. I'm saying when I first saw this, when it was
Oh,
leading,
okay.
when it was
Yeah.
leading up to that, when it was leading up to
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why
I
the
can see
whole
that.
like that scene is so great because you're with Daniel, like, what the hell? Like, isn't he supposed to be learning karate? And then there's that one scene where he just completely learns it and you go, like,
Yeah.
I don't know. It's such a perfect build up and payoff.
Yeah.
It's one of the great scenes of the movie.
If he was actually in Asia, he would have to like wake up at like 3 a.m, run up to a mountain, grab like fresh water for his mentor's bath, and then steam a fresh new thing of rice for his mentor's breakfast, all just before training begins. I got that all from an
Yeah.
Artemis Fowl book.
Got to learn how to do discipline, right?
Exactly. Here he
You
just
guys
has to
think
cut
those
a few
trees are still
trees,
left?
wash a few cars. Those trees?
They could still be
Those trees
alive.
last a while.
I wonder
Those
if-
trees
How long
last
do
a while.
bonsais live for?
Yeah, those trees last a while.
Usually, I think that about dogs in like movies that are like 10 to like 8 years out, but like the tree could still be alive. If it's a tree,
That's
they
what I
live way
think.
longer.
Dude,
You know?
I always say that all the time when I watch 80s and 90s movies. I go, oh, that dog's probably dead now.
It's so
They're
right?
like,
I
oh,
always
they're
do.
good.
Morbid.
Like,
I
oh
would
man,
do
that
that.
dog's dead. Oh man, that just reminds me. I saw this great internet meme about Avatar: The Last Airbender, where it's like on top is like trying to fall asleep, trying to fall asleep, trying to fall asleep, and on the bottom it says egg probably had to bury Appa, and then it's just eyes wide open.
Wow. Jesus.
Yeah. Do you think that when you watch Wizard of Oz too? It's like, ha,
I just
Toto's
started the
dead.
mood there.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's the worst one.
Oh my
man.
God,
That's the
don't.
worst one.
Dude, Toto died like 80 years ago.
Yeah.
Oh,
Little
no,
thrill,
why are we
honestly.
talking
No,
about
honestly.
this?
I hate to say it, but that's like the same thing with
Yeah.
Airbud.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hey,
another
Yeah,
one that
everyone's
hurts.
gone. He's playing basketball in heaven.
Oh.
That
Don't even get me
dog has
started
been
on
the
Lassie.
century.
This
I
is,
think
this
that
is
whenever I watch
horrible.
Frasier and I see that dog, I'm like, oh, you're probably gone.
Oh.
There is no Warren.
That's a sick ass Cobra Kai jacket. I need
Yeah,
that.
that's-
How do we get on to talk about
Dude.
dead
Man, I need
fictional
that.
dogs?
Where are those retro
Talking about
80s thrift stores
Bond
with
jacket.
that, David? That's what
I
I'm
know,
talking
right?
about.
Seriously.
Right? Remember when we
I'm
actually
just
used to
like-
carve jack-o'-lanterns?
Yeah.
Yeah, remember we could leave our house?
Yeah.
That's
I'm
gonna
going
be
to
the
say
first
that. You damn it,
be
you
the
stole
first-
my joke.
This is gonna be
I
the
was about to
first
say that
COVID
before when they were in the
Halloween.
restaurant. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh man,
Yeah.
remember when you go to a restaurant
No, no,
and
no.
not have to wear a
Okay.
mask?
Yeah. You
That
guys
is
still gonna
a
dress up?
hard jersey too. Chargers. He really is getting used to LA.
Yeah, man.
Oh, this
All
takes
right,
place in
so
LA. I thought it was San Francisco.
What, a week at this
Probably-
point?
Probably
I
had
think-
to go to a thrift shop, and you probably found it at a thrift shop or something.
Yeah.
I
Honestly,
think,
I will say I
old
kind of
school
like
football
Daniel's
jersey.
just hanging with Miyagi and just chilling like they're pals
Yeah,
before they
'cause
even
the
start
jersey
training
looks
karate.
kind of worn, so
Yeah, got out the lost
Yeah.
and
probably
found.
brand. It's
Probably
probably not
leftovers.
brand. He said got
Probably
it out
thrift
of the
store.
dumpster.
Found.
I gotta
this
say
is-
though, like
He
we
put the
gotta
bike
keep
in there,
talking
got the
about-
jersey out.
This costume is pretty great. The Halloween costume that's coming up.
Yep.
yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
yeah.
The shower.
That was pretty funny.
This whole sequence is awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All of it.
What?
Dude, I didn't even
guys
notice.
about
What a
that.
costume party. Okay.
There's a guy on the
This-
left. There's a guy on the left that has a ski mask with glasses. Look at this out of the blue. Did you see him?
Oh yeah, I see that.
Some guy had a blue ski mask with sunglasses on.
Yeah. I
There was
saw
a guy
that.
in a cannon. Did you see that?
No,
Somebody
I
made a
didn't see
cannon or like a firework. If you go back a little bit, like where
Oh,
Ralph
man.
Macchio is, it's like right next to.
Wow.
Just so everyone knows, we're about 36 minutes into the film, and when I say
Yeah.
about, I mean exactly.
Oh,
Just how I speak,
he's so smooth.
dude. Right? Like, doesn't matter. Shiner in the left eye, right eye, bruised arms. This dude's going for like the kill all the
Hey.
time.
For real.
Hey Chris, Brando had a question that you guys neglected or you guys missed over, I guess. Are you dressing up for a Halloween still? That kind
Oh,
of alludes to
100%.
something. That alludes to something that I don't even think you guys announced yet.
We haven't, but we got to talk about it a little bit off air. It's the announcement is coming. I think Drake said the announcement is coming September. Just wait on it, or something like that, or November, something like that. So sooner than later, we're going to announce it. But yeah, we will be doing a costumed event. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge. Here on the channel sooner than later.
Very
I have an
cool.
idea of
yeah,
what costume I'm gonna do. So it is movie related, kind
Cool.
of.
It has
probably
to.
gonna
I think.
do
I mean, I would say it kind of has to be.
It's
Yeah.
bad because I've been doing the same costume for the last like 4 years now. The problem is it's still so
You're
good.
that guy.
What is
I'm
it?
that
As long
guy.
as it's good, then that's what matters.
Dom's,
Oh,
he
see
goes
now,
as the
why would
hanging
I
cat.
spoil that now? I'm gonna save it for the actual thing. I'm gonna leave all y'all dangling in suspense.
Oh, it's not here. I was Ash Ketchum last year.
Oh,
Nice.
Yeah, and my girlfriend
Chris,
at the
what are
time was
you gonna be?
Pikachu.
I think you told me already, but
Oh,
tell me again.
cool.
Sorry, did someone ask
Chris,
something?
what are you gonna be?
Oh, dude, I wouldn't spoil it right now.
Ah, you're like me.
I always thought these skeleton costumes are pretty cool.
Yeah, I like them a lot. I feel like Fortnite kind of stole their swag here a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard the criticism here where it's like, oh, you know what? If Daniel just like kind of left it alone and then walked out, the movie like he wouldn't have gotten chased and beaten up. But
It's
the whole
all a
thing,
part of the journey, man.
yeah, like the whole point is like karate teaches Daniel to not have such a bad attitude.
Yeah. And we wouldn't have
But
gotten to
also,
see
like,
Mr. Miyagi's sick
He's
moves.
getting bullied and
True.
he's sticking up for himself.
Yes, like I mean, you got to think like.
Love how
as a
Cobra Kai
15,
had the
16-year-old,
audacity
yeah.
to have Johnny be like, "Oh yeah,
Bro.
I
And
was
these are the
one that was
most
getting
beat
bullied."
up.
It's like, bro, come on.
Dude, Danny has some of the most beat up
He's rolling a
Nike
joint.
Cortez
Love
I've ever seen, bro. These are the most beat up shoes ever. And I don't know if they're brown or if they're just dirty. The shoes are so bad if you guys look at them.
I think
And he has
they're dirty.
It's high water.
I
It's
have
high
a New
water,
Jersey joke in my
Honestly-
mind, but we have a New Jersey in
Oh,
here
no,
in, the,
no.
in the panel. So I won't say
Don't,
anything.
don't worry, I won't get insulted.
Oh, I was just gonna say because he's from Jersey. That's all. But I can't talk because I've never been to
Okay.
Jersey.
It's okay. I make fun of it all the time. So
Hey,
I don't
people
care.
in New Jersey think blimps are UFOs, so that's all I gotta say.
I thought it was a blimp. Who'd have-
I'll leave it at that.
Accident.
That was a good one, David.
Thank you. Gotta get something in there.
I still
Yeah.
think it's a blimp. I'm
Hey.
gonna just leave it there.
Yeah.
Just appreciate my man's got a Walkman on. Like, shout out to the Walkmans. Can the Walkmans make a comeback?
Yo, right?
I love
I
this.
mean,
So they
take the
actually crash
shower
a
curtain
car.
off.
Dude, honestly, I
You
feel like I
guys-
would have had like so
I'm-
many more like girlfriends in my life if mixtapes didn't go extinct.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, totally.
I was going to
back.
ask you guys, did anybody have an actual Walkman? I'm not talking about a Discman, a Walkman. Any of you guys?
No,
No, I
No.
did
Nah,
not.
that's before my time, man.
I had one. I had
Really?
one.
My,
Yeah.
my dad did. I didn't have one personally, but
The-
my dad
the head-
has his.
The headphones that most of them came with were so, you see them in a lot of movies too, where it just looks like a foam pad, like a real
Yeah.
small one. The
Mhm.
worst quality headphones ever.
They-
Like,
They stunk.
yeah, like thank God for technology, like Beats headphones and all this. We've come a long damn way with technology. It's
No,
crazy.
no cords.
Honestly,
Yo,
though,
Yeah.
crazy.
I hate Bluetooth. When it doesn't sync and I'm at my job and I'm just like, this couldn't be any worse.
But that's a minor inconvenience, man.
Right, exactly.
Probably
I'd
something
rather
else
run out
is
of
bad,
batteries
too.
any day than not be able to connect to my Bluetooth speakers. Don't at
Personal
me.
problems.
Yeah. But Chris, when you
Oh,
said like how
man.
many girlfriends you would have had if you like if mixtapes were a thing, like you can't do that now. It's like, yo, babe, I got a Spotify playlist I made just for you.
Right. I'm gonna send you
Okay. Like, what?
That's true.
Because bro, I would really get the message across with like 3 songs. It would
Oh, totally.
shame, man. It's really a shame.
You know what though? I think
Hey.
if someone actually made a CD,
Oh, here
like
we
like
go.
a mixtape,
Here we
now, I think it'd
go.
actually be pretty
Spider
Don't leave
Man.
that-
Hey,
Just saying.
I have a question though, guys. I've noticed watching this a second time, well, third time actually. Cobra Kai in this movie seems a lot weaker than they do in the actual series. Meaning that, like, hey, Johnny, he's had enough. Like, give it up. They don't act like that in Cobra Kai. They're a lot more merciless. You guys
Yeah.
notice that?
Yeah. I think
Yeah.
Johnny tried to make sure when he took over Cobra Kai that they wouldn't, be like that at all. So
Yeah.
they are different. I can see that for sure.
Yeah.
I
Even
gotta
at
get-
the,
I gotta
And
watch
then when
the show,
Chris
man.
steps in,
I know I'm
Yeah,
trying not to
Brandon-
spoil it too much, but
You gotta watch it, Brandon,
Yeah.
man.
That's the whole reason why I wanted to go watch the sequels because I'm
Also-
like, you know what?
Mac,
I've
have you
heard
seen
great
it? Have
things.
you seen the show?
Me?
Seeing this-
Oh, sorry.
I've seen like I started watching it when it was on YouTube Red when I had a free trial and I stopped. I was like, well, that was fun. And I forgot all about it. Like I said,
You think
Who
you'll
cares?
start watching it again?
yeah, because I'm like, they made the smart decision because it's like, who was like, oh boy, time to get my YouTube Red to watch Cobra Kai and watch crappy
Yeah,
YouTubers.
Hey,
Pick their
actually,
show.
that
Yeah.
was me. That was me. I watched Cobra Kai
Oh,
on
no.
YouTube Premium. I did.
yeah. So
Cobra
So did
Kai.
I.
in the beginning.
I said I gotta
Yeah.
see this show. I'm a pay for a couple months and I'm a binge this show. So
Exactly.
yeah,
I did the same
that.
thing. I did
That's
the
what I
free
did too.
trial. I binged Cobra Kai with the free premium trial, but then I was like, wow, not having commercials is great. I can't go back to this. So now I have YouTube
And then
Premium.
you still got it.
I still have it. I can't do the commercials, man. I can't. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Oh no.
Yeah, but I'm just like, yeah, it's good they added it on Netflix because it's just like it's more exposure, so people can be like, "Whoa, this is actually a good show."
It's trending now over there. It's like one of the biggest shows in the United States. It's like on the
It-
top 10.
Mhm.
Yeah, it came out like 2 weeks ago on Netflix, and it's still in the top 10. That's
it's
a long run.
it's an easy binge, I would say, because
it's been
it's
that
so
long that it's been on
it's so
Netflix.
entertaining.
Mhm.
Yeah, I can't wait for it. Like I was thinking I was thinking about watching like the god awful fourth one. I haven't seen it, so I'll form my own opinion. And then the remake, and then watching Cobra Kai. So I just get like all of what Karate Kid has to offer in terms
I
of
wouldn't even do that. Why would you put yourself through
Yeah,
that?
I wouldn't. That sounds like
I'm
torture.
a completionist. I'm a completionist. Like for some
I
reason,
feel
like if
that.
I can't
Please
watch
just fault.
Yeah, I mean,
you know what I mean? It's like I'll have to watch all of them, and I'll say that that one wasn't very good. But you know what? I actually didn't mind Karate Kid
There's a reason
3,
why I
and apparently that one's a really bad one. So
I actually am
All
the
of
same
Community
way
the
with
first
like my
time.
Blu-ray collection. I feel like I have to complete it, even if like one of the films are like not really good. I have to get it. I don't know why. That's just kind
Yeah.
of how I am.
no, I
So I feel you on
totally
that,
get
Brandon.
I totally get that, AJ, completely.
I feel like with the show Cobra Kai, they only do flashbacks and tie-ins for the this first movie. I don't know. Maybe you guys can correct me, but I don't think they do tie-ins with the second or third.
They did one for
They
the
did
third
one.
movie. There's a
Yeah,
scene
they
where
did one for the second, I believe. The second
Let's say
film.
no love to the second movie. That's actually a good sequel.
Yeah, I
Two is actually
think
a
they're gonna
pretty
dive
underrated
deeper
sequel.
into that. I don't know though. We'll see.
I heard that they were going to do that more with season 3.
Yeah.
Watching this movie after rewatching Cobra Kai, there's so many just callbacks. It's awesome.
Yeah, that's true.
Mhm.
All right, so I have a confession to make. I didn't watch Ralph Macchio when I was younger. I first saw him on Dancing with the Stars, and then
That's
that's when I
actually
actually
That was
watched what is it, Karate Kid,
Mhm.
immediately after he was eliminated.
Yeah.
so that was the first
He
time
was
you
in-
ever saw Ralph Macchio.
Yes.
Wow.
I saw
Was
him
he-
in
Danced his
The
way to the
Outsiders
ballroom.
before this.
Was he a better dancer than Carol Baskin?
Probably, yeah.
She was trash.
Oh,
She was
man.
so
Wait, did she?
I'm a Dancing with the
Was-
Stars fanatic, and that was
Was-
pretty bad.
Was my sister told me she danced to Eye of the Tiger? Is that true?
She did.
Yeah, bro. It was
She did.
What?
There was
so-
the partner was in a
Oh,
cage with a
oh,
tiger mask,
yeah.
and it was pretty out there.
God. Bro, what world are we living in right now, man?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Dude,
When
you
he-
have
That
I
is
still,
like-
I still think she did it. I still think she did it.
20 and
She did it.
COVID.
Did you see like they played a commercial like in Florida of
her
like
family.
Yeah, she did it.
yeah,
She for sure did that.
Yeah, the
She's making money off of it too.
Yeah.
true. Man.
pretty soon. What is it? What's his face? What is
She
it?
said
Joe
it.
Exotic will be on Dancing with the Stars immediately once he gets out of jail. Then
When's that going to
God,
be?
doing?
don't say it.
I don't know.
Here's the thing, though. I can't wait to see his movie with Nicolas Cage.
Yes.
That's gonna be great.
Yes, yes, yes.
I don't know,
That's going to
man.
be great.
I might skip that one.
Yeah, I didn't. I hated that. I hated that casting. I'm sorry. I did not
Yeah,
want Nick
I'm
Cage for
like,
that. Nah.
We do have
I-
casted him
I
then.
skipped the series
Ye-
as well.
Give me Danny McBride as Tiger King, man. That's what I wanted
Danny
to see.
McBride.
Oh, yeah,
I
That
think
would
Right,
be
that's
an
not bad.
amazing
Cage would be
cast
better than Danny
casting
McBride.
choice.
Thank you.
Nicholas
Amazing
Cage
casting.
is gonna bring the psychoticness to it. He's gonna be like, ah.
Yeah. Speaking
That
of
movie I
Nicolas
would
Nicolas
see.
Cage, have any of you guys seen a movie called Deadfall?
Yeah.
Does that
Oh
sounds
my
really
god, that
weird.
movie's amazing. That movie's amazing. That's gotten to be my favorite Nicolas Cage freak out of all time.
It's like, isn't that the
He's like,
one when he's in Las Vegas, right?
I think no, that's Leaving Las Vegas.
Oh, whoops. Yeah. Okay, that's the wrong one then.
No,
Yeah.
Deadfall is this movie where he's like a coke addict. He's got like a bad 80s hairdo and like super heavy sunglasses. And he goes to this array and he's so high in cocaine, he's like mostly incomprehensible, like most Nicolas Cage fans. And he's like,
is
you're
that a
just trying to stuff
documentary?
me out because there's some crazy little nephew being around. I can't even do it. You have to watch it to
Oh,
see
yeah.
how nuts it is.
Yeah,
Yeah,
is that
look
like a
up
documentary
Deadfall
about his real life?
Nicolas Cage rant.
When you said Deadfall, I immediately thought of the Charlie Hunnam
Right.
and Eric Bana movie. I did not know there was this movie called Deadfall. I have to watch this now.
Yo, right? Right?
Oh,
I
yeah.
know what movie you're talking about. That's pretty funny.
I know how to drive.
He's like, I know. I want
You're
you. I want
22,
you to
dude.
drive.
You know how to drive.
Right. You go ahead.
Yeah,
cigarette
right?
beer if you want.
That's gonna be a running joke throughout this whole thing.
It's a 22-year-old getting beat up by
Yeah,
18-year-olds.
Right?
Yo,
I'm not gonna lie, it was pretty believable though, knowing
it
how,
was because
Yeah.
I would
'Cause
never
he
have
looks like he's
thought. that-
13. He looks like he's got a
I
growth
would never have
deficiency.
thought that.
Man,
Another
I
thing.
love Grease, man.
And well, that's the thing. Another thing I wanted to mention was, what do you guys think of Kreese in this? I thought he was weak, man. In Cobra Kai, he is so much more meaner, man.
Yeah, because in Cobra
Nah,
Kai, he's like a
I don't think he
supervillain.
was weak. Look at that.
Really?
This is like
No,
an
that's
actual
not
person.
weak.
Well,
Bro, they were
Yeah.
actually punching kids in Cobra Kai. The
Well-
teachers were actually punching kids.
See, the thing
Yeah.
is, I mean, I
Good.
think it's kind of
Uh,
unfair to compare them just because you get to spend so much more time with the characters in Cobra Kai. So you can
Yeah.
really elaborate.
Yeah, we
on
didn't get
it
enough
from-
time, but I didn't feel it from him. I didn't feel like he was the villain. That was just like, yeah,
Mm.
sweep the leg. Oh, like that to me, just saying that doesn't bring fear in my heart.
Oh man,
I hear you.
It brings
we're
tears to my
watching
heart.
2 separate movies, bro.
But I can see that point. I do disagree though, because like again, like Cobra Kai is aptly titled Cobra Kai because it's focusing on Cobra Kai, whereas in Karate Kid's more about Daniel and Miyagi and like his sort of story. So I think they play their roles perfectly in both of the applications we see in the universe, honestly. But maybe I'm a little biased. Who knows?
But I mean, other than Johnny, you still need a protagonist sensei, correct?
True.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
So I mean, you have to me, Johnny is more I guess heartless, or I guess the whole strike first, strike hard. By the way, that's a kid from Revenge of the Nerds.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Which
remember that?
one?
Oh, that makes a lot.
Which
of
one?
black
My
kid?
screen
That
is
kid looks so
frozen.
familiar.
The black kid.
Oh, okay.
Shout
I
out
think
to
I
my
agree with
brother.
Chris on that one, though. Like, I think it might be a little unfair to compare them, just because like this movie came out in '84. You know what I mean? And it's yeah, I can go back. It's like a kid watching Rise of Skywalker and going back to the first Star Wars and going, these effects aren't good. You know what I mean? Like it can be. I know it's an extreme example, but
Yeah,
but like
effects
go
and
on.
performances are two different. I mean, right?
Yeah, still, but like what are you here for, old man? Like, he still has like that just over the top, just like he's a complete asshole. What the kid can't take care of his own problems when his own people in his dojo are beating him up 5-1. But then again, I haven't seen Cobra Kai, so it's I don't know. I think it's a little unfair to go back and
at the end
compare
of
them.
Yeah, I feel
Like,
like
yeah, he's
Kreese
good
at the
here,
end of the
better there.
film after I don't. Well, everybody's seen this. After Johnny loses the match, like, doesn't he like out in the parking lot like smash him in the head with the trophy or something, like the second place trophy?
he breaks it. He breaks his trophy and then he starts to beat him up, and then
Yeah,
Miyagi
he like
comes in
starts to
defense.
beat him up. I feel like
That's when he punches out
Kreese
the windows.
is as intimidating as ever in this film, in my opinion.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I mean, he obviously in Cobra Kai is more devastating because of the fact that, like I said, you get to it's through the eyes of Cobra Kai. B, you get to see those characters in such a more focused lens. You get 2 hours of this movie as opposed to 8, if not more, with Cobra Kai across both seasons. But I mean, I do think that they play their role right. Again,
Like
keeping
6.
in mind that like it's the story of Daniel LaRusso.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like
Yeah.
Kreese is a lot more calm in Cobra Kai, the show. And I think that kind of might make him a little bit more menacing. Does he hit a kid in Cobra Kai, the show?
Yeah, he does. He
does.
Yeah, cover your ears. He hits that one kid. Okay, cover your ears, Brando, please. I need to speak about this.
He took out his headphones.
Okay, so remember the kid that's kind of like he's friends with Hawk, the one he said he was part of the real squirrely kid. He ends up joining Miyagi-Do. He ends up punching that kid, and he ends up with a bloody nose, and he goes on and gives him a bad Yelp review.
Yeah, I remember that now. Yeah, he did do that. He did,
and that's why I like the show, because I feel like you can't do content like that in 2020. But they're doing it. And to me, that's that's pushing the boundaries.
They're totally taking the idea of, hey, this dude is stuck in the 80s, and we're not going to sugarcoat anything for people who may or may not be, as caught up to speed, or in regards to, Billy Zabka's character, not as caught up to speed with the way society's grown. I actually really respect them for how kind of raw it is in that regard. Like, he treats Miguel like he's Kreese in this film, and it's
Miguel's like my favorite character in Cobra Kai, by the way. But sorry.
No, that was a good point, David. I do agree with that, man. It's that's why Cobra Kai, even though it has its CW qualities, that's why I think it's like a tier above like most TV out there right now, because the writing kind of forgives some of the corniness. There's some corniness to it, of course.
Oh yeah, I mean anything that has YA, I think is going to be a little corny, right? Young adults. So
yeah.
But that's kind of like the demographic for Cobra Kai is so spanned. I don't want to keep talking about Cobra Kai, but I'm kind of fresh off of season 2. Yeah. But I mean, you have these older characters to root for, as well as, and that's the thing too. In Cobra Kai, you don't know who to root for, because I'm rooting for Johnny, and he's supposed to be the bad guy.
Yeah.
you know. But he's going
feel
through something. He's going through things, right? And you can kind of understand with so much brainwashing from the sensei or his own dad. You know, him not being the greatest to his son and stuff. I don't want to. I'm sorry, Brando. I'm going into this too much, but there's a lot of layers to that show, and I really, really do like it. It's one of my favorites right now.
I am looking forward to that show a lot. Like, it's very tough for me to look at a TV show and go, I want to invest my time in that. But I've heard very many good things about that show, and I can't wait to see it. But just like listening to Mr. Miyagi, like sometimes when movies like there's like a lesson in it, or when like the character is learning something and you apply it to your own life, I think that's when a movie can like really have a lasting impact. And again, people make fun of me for when I talk about how a movie has an aftertaste, you know what I mean? But like Karate Kid has an aftertaste, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
I feel that, man.
like I'm still I was driving away from the drive-in, I'm like still listening to like, Karate Kids, or at least Mr. Miyagi's, some of the lessons, karate do, yes, karate do, no. In the middle, squish like bug, just everything. It's great.
I feel that.
Great. Yeah.
I feel that. Yeah.
AJ knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I feel you.
I mean, no, there's just
I
such a
love the
charm
scene.
between all the characters. Yeah, exactly. Like this is
Totally.
perfect right now. Absolutely perfect.
Also,
This is why
too,
movies are awesome to me. Scenes like this right now. Just people interacting, characters just being so perfect, and
Yeah.
you also have to realize too. I mean, in the
Yeah.
rise
and them
of
feeling
martial,
like real human beings.
Mhm.
I'm gonna
yeah,
say in the
exactly.
rise
This is
of.
like one of those movies for me. Sorry, David. Sorry.
David can't get his words
It's all
out.
right. That's why I love doing these panels because I. No, I'm kidding. But I'm surprised Dom is not talking over me for some reason. That's kind of weird. Dom, you okay?
Oh,
Okay.
Dom, you all right?
Did he
You
freeze?
awake,
Did he
man?
freeze? I'm just messing with you, buddy. I'm just messing with you. No, but
Well, I'm trying to avoid my computer out again.
uh-oh. I think your internet might be going
I'm
a little
there.
slow.
I'm just pissed because my freaking computer keeps kicking me out.
Oh man.
Oh man. Sorry.
I
to
think
hear
it's an
that.
internet issue because your
He's
video
like,
is
wait, I thought
freezing
you were
up.
going to teach me how to do karate, not wax cars.
And
But I was gonna say that I think this got kind of shimmied in a time where
Oh, man.
a lot of martial arts movies like Bruce Lee were on the rise, right? You had Chuck Norris movies, Jean-Claude Van Damme movies. You had so many of these martial arts movies where it was just guys fighting guys. In this one, martial arts was used as a self-defense technique. So you're only using it when people are when you're defending yourself, not just to go in and just kick ass like Roadhouse. Like this isn't like, you know, it's a different way of thinking too. And that's why I appreciated this movie. Going back to your whole aftertaste, reference is that like, that's why I think this has long-lasting values because you kind of take away a different take from a martial arts movie because it is, but at the same time, there's other elements of him going through high school and stuff in the 80s, and so there's a lot of things going on. But that's kind of what I took it. It's deeper, exactly. It is deeper.
It's got more layers.
Right. Well, Miyagi's not just teaching him how to defend himself. He's kind of like being the father figure that Daniel needs and showing him how to grow up and be a man and sort of like be
Good attitude.
someone that's going to contribute to the world in a positive way. So that's what I get out of the
layers.
wax on, wax off, all the layers.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, layers to the film, man.
Yeah.
So
It's
I love it
amazing.
so much.
The film's like an onion. It has
Exactly.
layers.
Shrek reference.
There you go.
Hot take.
Yeah, I've been
film
trying to
has
watch
layers.
Shrek with my niece lately. So
Oh,
Can we just
bro.
Oh,
appreciate
that's
the fact-
so good.
Can we just
Hold on.
laugh
she's
at the fact-
2, but it's the perfect age for her to just start to like get the visual reference to these movies.
Can we just laugh at the fact that in the remake that to replace how we replace one of the most like iconic scenes, wax on, wax off, pick up your jacket. Put it
Yeah,
on the
right.
boat, take it off,
Yeah.
drop it. Like
That was one of those situations with them like trying to modernize something, and it's like,
Yeah, trying to
why?
modernize.
I
It's like, we don't
have
need
not
this.
seen that, nor will I ever see that movie.
Oh, you haven't seen? You're not gonna
So
watch?
the first 3/4 of that
I don't
movie.
think you're
no,
missing
like,
out, but I like Jackie Chan, so
I liked
Jackie Chan
it.
is
I liked
Yeah.
it.
Jackie Chan is
I don't
like
know.
Miyagi
don't
was
think
a
it's
little
that
it was
bad.
cool, but Jaden Smith was just like I did not like care.
This is
I didn't.
I
think
got
I don't
one
think
and
Jaden
two,
Smith
I
is a
have
good
Cobra
actor
Kai.
to begin with.
yeah.
Nah, he's not great.
He's not.
This is where you see Daniel's bad attitude. Like, like he finally has the truce, and it's like, yeah, they won't beat him up until the tournament. What does he do? He just flaunts it in their fucking face. Sorry
Oh,
for
yeah.
swearing, but like,
Love
it's like,
that.
oh, what's he
I
gonna
would.
do?
I
Yeah,
totally
exactly.
would.
That's kind of like that Jersey swag
That's
that
what I
pops
mean.
out right there.
He's still justified.
Jersey
Like, I'm not
swag.
like saying that he's got an ego here. He is still totally justified there because that's exactly what I would do.
Sure, but you know what I mean. Like I would too when I was 15 years old, like just taunting him. But like, could you imagine if I got my ass kicked in the tournament? Like,
True.
I would still be like, worth it.
Yeah.
I just be calling him a
That's
bitch
true.
every other minute.
Also,
I
don't
just be
quote
like,
me, guys.
oh,
I say don't quote me, but there was a frame by frame I posted on my Instagram story a couple days ago about this scene when they showed him in the hallway right now with the lockers. This is the same, I think, high school they filmed Nightmare on Elm Street in.
right.
If
Oh,
I'm
no
not
way.
really?
Yeah, because
Yeah, they
someone
use a
found
lot
that
of
the
these locations.
the lockers were the same. Yeah, the lockers, everything. It's
Interesting.
crazy.
That's cool.
Yeah,
Nice.
Yeah, they used a lot of these similar locations in the 80s.
yeah.
Those classic California outdoor lockers.
Yeah, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. We had
Always
those.
wanted those when I was a little kid.
Same. I wanted
guys didn't have
too. I
those?
thought those were so cool.
Nah, dude, it
No,
hits like
all
negative
lockers were
12.
indoors.
Outdoor. Oh, they're in. That's crazy.
No one
Would've
wants to
killed
be
them
in
to have
a locker
outdoor
negative
lockers.
12.
Oh, that's true
I
because of the
never
weather
used-
condition. Huh?
I never used
Oh, we have,
lockers when I was in high school. I just always carried my stuff with me.
Adam,
Welcome,
it's
Adam. We've never seen your face here. Thanks for hanging, man.
It's the truth what you described. That happened in the
Are
movie.
you kidding me? Dude,
Yes.
No,
Adam
he
was
didn't.
on
No, he
our
didn't.
Yeah,
No,
first
he
he
episode
did
this
it.
year.
AJ,
No, he
tell the
did
truth.
not.
Yes, he did. He beat up 12-year-olds. This is the
did
problem.
not.
He beat up kids. This is the problem.
And I'm
You
losing
know,
my mind
did
right now.
not. They
And that could
beat
be the
up
case.
each.
He used children as weapons.
Yeah, I mean, in a sense, he didn't. I don't.
Kid beat the shit
No,
out of
I don't
12-year-olds
agree
with other
that he
12-year-olds
beat
with
them up.
weapons.
Oh no.
He used them against each other.
I love that. He used children as weapons. Why were the producers just like, yeah, Jackie, why not? I love it. Adam, you are the man. Yeah, Chris, Adam was on our Best of the Decade episode with Brandon. He's one of my buddies
Oh,
from
okay.
school.
Yeah, I haven't really heard about him since. What's up, Adam? Thanks for joining us here.
Do you guys
I
have a
forgot,
golf?
that was
stuff
so
in your
long
area?
ago. Wow, what
yeah,
a year
dude, that
this
was
has
in
been.
January.
What do you say?
That
I was
Oh
gonna say,
my
do you
God.
guys have? Well, they just dropped the golf and stuff reference. Do you guys have that? Because that's a big part of this movie. Wherever you
No.
guys are from. No,
Golf?
no golf
We're
and stuff?
on the East Coast in New York.
That,
golf,
What was
golf
that?
and stuff. Is this a place?
bro, it's part of the movie, homie. Did you watch the movie?
Yeah, I have, but I'm
That's
confused.
where they
as
go.
to what you're
That's where
asking
they
me
go
right now.
to for date night. That's where they go for date
I'm
night.
lost.
Miss you
I've-
too,
I've
Adam.
never heard of that.
Thanks for tuning
besides
in.
This film.
Yeah, that's
what I
I'm saying.
missed.
Like, is that a real place? Is what I meant. I've never.
No,
We
it is actual. All these places
Oh.
they show are real places.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
Yeah, we don't have those in New York. You know.
No, it's like a little,
No, we
like
do
a
not
golf,
have
like
those.
putt, like a
Like a-
putt golf, like a small, little course.
Oh yeah, we
Yeah, you
have.
probably
like,
can get
mini
like
golf
food
courses.
and drinks.
Mini
and
golf,
stuff.
yeah, exactly.
Rob
They have,
says
Oh,
it's
okay.
in-
they
What
have
is it,
arcades
uh,
there and shit. And
A California
Rob said-
chain or something,
cool.
golf and stuff.
well, I thought I'm
Yeah, Rob
asking you
says
guys. I don't
it's
know.
Downey.
I don't think we
Gotcha.
have that.
I
Well,
have
we
this-
have one where I'm at, so it's not. Yeah,
Yeah. The one in
I would mess.
Has
That's
it changed
sucks.
a lot from
that's
back
that
in the
sucks.
day?
By the way, they got
Yeah.
to push to start the car. But
Yeah.
has it
Yep.
changed? I think they just changed the arcades. If I'm being honest.
Okay.
Yeah.
The only mini golf we have here in Massachusetts is called
Hey,
Fenway
golf and
Golf. You can't putt this.
You can't
You've
put
never
this.
been- you've been in, you've seen that commercial with the little golf ball.
Uh.
He's like, you can't putt this. He just like it's so like annoying.
Plus,
Yeah,
I've never seen like a water park that's open at night. I've never
Me
seen that in my life ever.
That'd be so sick.
That seems
Like,
like a
come on,
safety
right?
hazard.
That's dangerous though. Yeah,
That
that's
wasn't
That,
it.
Maybe a horror
that must have
movie.
been an 80s
Horror movie.
exclusive thing.
We
What
gotta
are
write
they,
this down.
flashlight?
Somebody write this down.
they
This could be
widened
a-
up.
we
Once
can
people start
be-
dying and limbs started falling off.
Bubble
can
hockey.
all- We could take this concept to Blumhouse,
Right.
guys. We can be producers.
Uh.
Like horror aquatic nightmare. That could be our
Right.
Blumhouse.
I love she's showing
That's
him.
really something that Blumhouse would put
Like
out.
a $2 million
so good.
budget.
And we'll make
They
millions.
really would. They
Be
really
like,
This
would.
is
Bro,
back
golf
that a
when
golf and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could
this
go
is
in
back
go-karts and
when
shit.
people used to
Man, that's
interact
really
in
nice.
public.
Why don't you
There's
check?
a David
Date
coming to
night.
Vancouver
For
one day. I'll take you to
technology and
Castle Fun
COVID.
Park.
What was it? Brandon?
There's a place like this where I live called Castle Fun Park, and it's like
Yeah.
this giant castle. It's kind of like a Disney castle, but then you got go-karts, you got mini golf, you got a batting cage, you got
I think
slap dancing.
everybody pretty much has something like this.
Yeah, love it.
And that's a sign of the times. Once again, is because I don't feel like they have too many places like this around the country where you can go out like on a date night when you're. I'm not saying now, but like when you were younger, and you can experience things like this, like literally not be on your phone the whole time, just spend a couple hours with whoever you're with.
Yeah,
dude, can I tell you,
know what I mean?
there's two 16-year-olds on my job, and I happen to unfortunately work with both of them at the same time the other day, and they were both talking about
awful.
like girls and growing up and stuff. They're both dudes, and they're like, dude, I got her Snapchat, like this is wild. And I'm like, oh cool, did you guys like hang out? And they're like, yeah, on Snapchat. And I'm like, what do you mean? They're like, we can video call. And I'm like,
that's the day and age we live in.
To give them credit, we are in a pandemic.
Yeah, that's true.
We are in a
That's true.
pandemic.
They
But
made
even before that, they were doing
to
it.
hang
Before
out. And I was like,
Even before that.
but then the two of them made plans to hang out. I was like, oh, cool. You guys were like hanging soon? Like, what are you guys doing? I'm bored at work, just trying to talk to my coworkers. And they're like, yeah, we're probably just going to run like some Apex or something. Like, that's not hanging out, man. You guys are both in your houses. They're like, yeah, like, we don't even, it's like, like, we'll just text each other and log on.
Oh my
It's
god!
like,
What is that even?
sounds
Is that like
awful.
that's a game or something?
Yeah, it's Apex
Oh,
Legends.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
even know what that
okay.
is.
I was like, wait,
what that
what?
is.
No,
Sorry,
but
Royale
I
game.
one of the most
I
popular games
have
in the
heard
world.
of that. I have heard of that actually.
Just like, what I just
Yeah.
do,
But I didn't
or-
know that that's something that people do
Oh my
to
god, that's
like, on a
actually awful.
date.
Dude,
that's
and
right.
I was
Two
my
guys
mind was
hanging out
blown, dude.
online, or a guy and a girl.
A guy and a girl, I guess.
The point of my
Oh.
story is every single
Crazy.
plan
Yo, Chris, you
these,
wanna know
these
something
kids made
crazy?
was all virtual. And they were like, I
Yeah.
cannot wait for this plan. Whether it was hanging out with like the girl or each
I
other.
can't
it
wait
was
to hear your
all
voice
virtual.
again on my Xbox headphone.
Oh no.
Oh, sounds
Oh my
hot.
gosh.
Yeah, turns me on listening to you when I play Xbox. Like, guys, come on.
Guy on the hill.
It's like,
Get 'em.
oh
Alright,
man,
next
I
show.
can't wait.
Ooh.
He's like, you look
Nice.
so good in 4K resolution.
Your avatar looks so slim.
That is so like
So hot.
especially like with the older like 80s movies you guys are talking about, when like you see that they would take them out to like a nice restaurant. Nowadays it's either McDonald's, Burger King, or Denny's. No more like
Hey,
bistro in the park. It's just McDonald's. But hey, they'll get the job done.
Right.
I think it's elite food.
That
I mean,
Grand
if you-
Slam though.
Get something to eat.
True.
Or an IHOP. IHOP is not that bad. Better than Denny's.
It's cool.
What's IHOP?
It's
I'm
a
kidding.
it's a
I'm
pancake.
kidding.
Oh, okay. I didn't know. I mean, you're
Uh-oh.
from Canada, so we don't know. We don't know what you
Kidding.
have and what you don't have.
There's
Actually-
quite a few differences. I just thought
That's
I'd
the
point out.
name of International
hilarious.
House of Pancakes.
Actually, IHOP. It's IHOB now. International House
IHOB.
of Burgers.
I think they changed it back to IHOP.
Yeah, yeah.
They changed it back, but they did change it to
International House
IHOP.
of Hamburgers.
Don't worry,
That
I
was
love
terrible. That was a terrible marketing idea.
Yeah, I just was so upset when I heard human beings talking about.
Brandon, I thought you were
virtual
dancing
plans.
for a hot second. I didn't realize you were doing wax on, wax off. I just thought
Yeah.
you were randomly dancing.
Chris, you want to know something that's even crazier?
Sure, Dom.
Those 16-year-olds are 10 years younger than you.
All right, chill out. Anyways,
Oh.
guys, how great is this movie?
Hey, that's me too.
Just got shot there.
Hey, I'm right there with you, Chris.
Insane
They
to
thought
me,
I was. They
still.
thought I just graduated high school. So
Hey, that's a good thing.
I'm
That's a
doing
good thing.
all right.
Keep making them think that.
depending on how you look at it.
Keep making them think that.
Yeah, I thought you were talking about like two dudes, because I can understand like two guys going, "Yo, bro, like get online, we'll chat or whatever." I can understand that. But, like a date.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
Somehow that sounded more romantic.
yeah,
Yeah.
yo, bro.
No, like that.
Like-
he was like, dude, I got
Get
a
online,
Snapchat. I
bro.
can't wait to like video call. I was like, oh yeah, and then you probably meet up at a park and hang out or something. He's like, what?
It's like, no.
All right,
Why-
man.
why would I do
All
that?
right.
What's
Who
that?
hangs out in person?
And I was
Yeah,
asking him
See
about
her
it.
face to face? What?
I was and then I was asking him. He was like, dude, like I can't text a girl. Like, what do we talk about? And I'm like, he's like, but you got Snapchat. He's like, yeah, but pictures, like, they help so much. And I'm like, dude, you
Literally,
can't have a
Oh
conversation.
my gosh.
And he's
Talk
like,
about the
That
weather.
is, that's killing me right
Like,
now.
hey man, have you ever kissed her before? No, why would I do that?
he
I
was
can't kiss
telling me,
her.
he was telling me things.
age
He
of
was literally
gifs
saying,
and memes. That's how people
one of the
communicate
kids-
now.
one of the kids I work with, he was literally telling me, he's like, dude, like, my generation can't have conversations. Like, we don't know what we're doing. And I was like, you're just telling me this? Like,
Dude.
you're okay with telling me this,
Oh
dude?
my
And I was
God.
like, yo,
I'm
true.
ashamed of it.
Right? That's not something to
Funny-
be proud of.
No.
And the
No,
funny
yeah.
thing is, Chris, like I was working with a 16-year-old this summer too, and that is tame what you're telling me that this kid was doing. Like compared to this kid,
Oh no.
this
Mhm.
kid has caught more bodies than I'm talking about in a sexual way than I ever did.
We
Than I
caught
ever
that.
did.
Is what
That- that's
kind
yeah,
of
not-
body
there's something
means.
going on in New York.
Last time I checked.
Sorry.
It means something different out here. But like he
Yeah.
was telling me crazy shit. I'm like, dude, you're 16. Don't be telling me this stuff. Like it's the
Right?
phones have made things too accessible for people to hook up. Like it's
Oh.
way too easy.
Yeah.
They've gotten lazy. They don't have to charm anybody now. It's
Yeah,
just-
like that's the
Yeah,
thing.
that's true.
Like you saw, like
It's kinda
guys, if you
sad.
saw a cute girl, you had to go talk to her. You know,
Yeah,
like
Yeah.
Protect it like a
Actually, had to
man.
walk up to her, have a
that is
discussion.
so nerve wracking. Where it's like, oh yo, like what's her Instagram? I'll like slide into her DMs. I'll like comment on her story. It's like, no, dude,
Yeah.
you can't be that sly about it. You know, like
That's kinda how it
sure,
is
Apparently
now,
you
though.
can.
It
There's
is.
I mean,
gotta
if-
They
play.
do it.
Yeah,
That's kind of how it is now.
yeah. But
Yeah, the way
but
he
imagine if
described it
you're
to
that
me
one
was,
guy
like,
who like actually
going,
does talk to her.
yeah, the
You're-
way he
you're
described it
above
to me
all
was like going around. Oh, here you go, Brandon. We're painting these fences.
Here we go.
Oh yeah,
Paint the fence time.
It was just sad. It was sad, and I felt
Where's the
like he
primer?
was sad, but he couldn't do anything about it because like he can't change his whole generation. It was just a terrible conversation about like where we're going.
Yeah.
well,
I mean,
Tinder's
Well,
a whole
Wally.
story.
the world we're living in right now, man.
Yep.
Idiot. We're going either Idiocracy or Wally. I'm predicting Idiocracy.
I think
We're
idiocracy.
probably a little
for
bit of
sure.
We're
both,
doing
honestly.
idiocracy. We're doing idiocracy first, then Wally.
Yeah.
Oh my god, this is terrible.
I'm telling you, it's gonna happen. We're gonna be the last survivors. We're gonna be here.
The 100
commenting
I mean,
on
I still
movies
remember
until,
knocking
like,
on
the
my
world
neighbor's
is
door
dead.
to see if they can come out and play. I
Yeah.
told that
Same.
kid that, and he was
Yeah,
like, "What are you
real.
talking about?" He's like, "We just
Bro,
met up
me
on Roblox."
too.
Yeah.
Like-
Hey, you want
I
to play
remember just
Beyblades?
chilling
You know,
with the neighbors.
Oh, yeah, they played.
Let it
Who would
rip.
do that.
Hey, Nerdy Blur, what's up?
Nerdy blurb.
Trying to go play Manhunt or what?
Sweep away.
Dude? Yeah, exactly.
Let's go.
And
Play,
he
you
was
play
like,
till the streetlights come out.
he was telling me he got his first phone when he was like 9, and they would all play Roblox,
Right.
and like they didn't hang out in person.
Jeez.
So weird what the technology has done. We were like the
I
last.
was
Oh man.
I was just about
I was
to say
like-
I remember having to be home. Remember having to
We're
be
the
home
last
when the
innocent
streetlights
generation.
when the streetlights
Yeah,
came on.
streetlights come
Yeah.
on.
Yeah, I'm surprised Mac knows that. Mac, you're like 12, bro. What's up?
I'm 20 for Christ's
There's
sake.
still,
Damn.
there's still streetlights out there.
Yeah, there's like every time like mom's like, you come on when the streetlights come on, and like
Yeah.
we all played, and then like streetlights come out, like all right, time to go home. I didn't even get my first like smartphone until I was like sophomore year of high school. I had a Virgin mobile phone.
Same.
up until then.
Sophomore year of high school.
Yeah,
Look at
same.
you.
Hey, I didn't get it until I was a senior in high school.
Actually,
I didn't get an iPhone
Actually,
until
I
I was
think
a
I'm
senior.
back.
I got my first self. I got my first smartphone senior year of high school, but I had a flip phone
actually,
before
that's
that.
when I got mine
So-
too.
Same here.
So
Yeah.
imagine this generation later on, they're gonna be like, I didn't get like iPhone 8 until I was like 6 years old, guys. What the
Right.
fuck is this?
Right.
Right.
Like,
You know what?
I got
What
my
always
parents.
got me-
my parents
what
were
always-
crazy, though.
Guys.
What always got me
God.
in middle
Like
school
no
where,
joke.
where my classmates talking about, man, you gotta get the new iPhone. I'm like, first of all, you don't even have money to get an iPhone. So how you gonna be like,
Right.
yeah, I'm about to cop that new iPhone. So I'm gonna beg my mom, like, Mom, can you buy me the new iPhone 6, please? Thank you.
And
You're
they're
like,
all-
you're not doing it.
and they're over there still riding the bus, probably.
Miyagi
Yeah.
with
Right. Exactly.
Miyagi rocking the hardest outfit of the whole movie right here.
Right.
Yeah, that was wild.
Right. Hawaiian outfit
Wild.
going on.
To
Looking
be
like
honest
a
with you,
baller.
Yeah.
I'd wear that.
I would 100% wear that. Where do you get
I
a
would
tropical
not.
shirt like that nowadays?
Hawaii.
Tommy Bahama,
And
Oh,
Yeah, I don't know.
American
Target.
Eagle.
Target.
It's,
Salvation.
at least we all got a taste of what life was like back in this era.
Well, not
Where did
me, I
he
was
go though? I mean, he went to the bar
Yeah.
or what? Like a bingo
We
night?
had
or
just
what?
we had our bit of fun.
Get a Tinder date.
That's all Tinder day. Yeah.
What was it called back in the 80s?
Look at this is memes
think I
back then.
only
That was like emojis back
Yeah,
then.
just the date, dude. He's such a good student. He doesn't actually kick the paint cans over, just the cloth.
Yeah.
Yep.
See, his karate master is already
Oh,
like
I
coming
love
out
the
inside of
production
him.
design.
Yeah.
I
Side
just miss
side.
the '80s when things actually
Nah, I would
looked
have
real.
been. I would have been gone. I would have did
They
it.
didn't
Same.
all look the same.
He was gone all day for the rest
It's
of
just
the
like it's just fishing, and this is the
Yeah,
part
I
where
would've
he's
been-
like, "You're just making me your goddamn slave."
Right,
Then
basically.
Yes.
You
it's
know
like,
what?
I'm
I'm
an indentured
still,
servant, basically.
I'm still
Yeah,
wondering why they never made like a Karate Kid prequel, as far as like seeing what happened with Mr. Miyagi back in the day.
I feel
They
like that was
kinda-
probably
Only
a
answer I
better
have
plan.
that we got the backstory in 2. We don't need to see it.
Yeah.
Then I
I
just
think
got to
also
see the
need a-
sequels. I got to watch the sequels then.
I think
There-
2 was fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like the Jurassic Park sequel where they're like,
Yeah. Exactly. I
It
feel the same
happened,
way.
but it wasn't terrible. Yeah.
Yeah.
Except Jurassic
third
Park
one
3
had-
went hard. So
I actually like Jurassic Park 3. A lot of people don't like it. I talked to them and
pterodactyl
they're like,
cage?
nah, Jurassic Park 3 is trash.
Actually,
I'm like-
AJ,
Yeah.
I do agree with you. That is not the worst one. The worst one has to be Fallen Kingdom.
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
really?
agree with that.
Like Fallen Kingdom. I feel like it was
Hell
it was
no.
it was a rehash of the first Jurassic World.
Worst
But
part,
I kind of enjoyed it though.
Opening
I
scene
did-
was legitimately amazing, though,
I
yeah,
didn't
life
like
finds
it
a way,
at
man.
all.
of Fallen Kingdom.
My least favorite Jurassic Park is the second one,
Oh,
Lost World.
Yeah. This scene though, this scene makes the movie.
Yeah.
Mm,
Did you guys ever do martial arts? Just curious.
Yes, I did.
I did not.
Yeah.
I took
Okay.
one day of karate.
I did it for
then
like
I
a
said,
day
"Nope,
when I was
this is not
5.
for me."
I always wanted to.
Same.
I just never did.
Yeah. After
I
this
did
movie,
it,
apparently
and-
the amount
So
of
what-
people that took karate after this movie just like skyrocketed.
I bet.
Skyrocketed.
Really, I believe it.
Mhm.
So those of you that did take it, was it just American karate, or was it like jujitsu, or what style was it that you guys took?
I think it was just American
It
karate.
was American.
Just regular karate. So like his teachings here, like I think that's what Cobra Kai is. I think that's just like American karate style. But that is the first thing they teach you is a lot of blocking. So it's kind of accurate to like when I was I think I might have been like 8 or 9. I was in karate for a couple of years, and this is very reminiscent of what they actually taught you.
What belt level were you?
I think I went up to
Mm.
orange. So it went white,
Ooh.
what was it?
Yellow.
White, yellow, orange. I think it was white, yellow, orange.
It was like
I might
white.
have I might have been an orange, like 3rd degree belt, because we had the stripes on it.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
third
me
degree,
too.
so.
Yeah, it was white, yellow, orange, and then green. And I was so close to getting to orange,
did-
but then I left.
Yeah, I didn't get to green, so it was right before then. Did you
Did
do
you
any
ever-
tournaments?
Yeah, I got my ass kicked the first time because I was
Oh
I
Yeah, so
cried.
did I.
I was so distracted because my parents didn't come because they couldn't like get there and I was like distracted.
damn.
So I lost
no!
and bad enough too. I ran out of the ring like every time I got attacked.
Damn.
So
Aw.
That
It
sounds
was
like a
a
Cobra
rough-
Kai episode right there.
it was
Adam's comments on Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom are making me laugh.
Yeah, that's funny.
But,
I don't know.
like,
I didn't
yeah,
hate it.
Me neither. It wasn't bad. But did you ever like perform any karate moves on your friends, David? Because I did.
I don't think I did. I don't remember that.
Because my friend, he was like, yo, Amir, do an STO on me. Come on, just an STO. Because I just learned like how to do it and everything. And I was like, I told him like, you do not want me to do that to you. Because my sensei always told me never use it for self-defense, like in Karate Kid. So
Yeah.
I was like to shut him up. I was like, okay, bam. So I did it. Didn't realize there was a brick, like a log, like a big wood log right in it. Hit his head right there, and he got mad at me. I'm like,
Oh,
you told me to do it.
So, Mac,
Like, what do you expect?
He's like,
Mac.
yeah, I didn't tell you to give me a concussion.
Exactly.
Mac, I just picture you like walking down your high school hallway and someone bumping into you, and you're like, "Watch it, creep!" And then you just karate cane,
Karate King, that's a
shit
different
out of
one.
him. Like, what the? You just say to me?
I
Boom.
was kind of, I ain't gonna lie, I was kind of nice with it too. Like it was vibing. We used to practice in like my elementary school's basement. That's where my training was.
Wait, your elementary school had a basement?
Yes, the cafeteria was the basement.
The hell?
My elementary school had a basement too. It was the art room.
Yours didn't.
Oh, that's crazy.
That's
Yeah,
usually
it
the
was
case
it was
too.
the art room.
We had a
Why they
dungeon.
always make the art
dungeon.
department?
Wait,
Why they
what?
always make? Wait, what?
Dungeon. I love
We had
it.
the dungeon.
Oh wow.
We call it the dungeon, eh?
That's funny. We used
Know where
to
you are? You're in the dungeon, baby. You gotta die.
Don't
used to do a
say
lot of,
that to elementary school kids. It's creepy,
Exactly. That's what makes it so funny.
I guess.
We used
Oh,
to do a
God,
lot of
what a night.
WWF
Christian's
moves
back.
on each other,
Oh no.
like wrestling and shit. Oh my
Yeah.
god, bro.
That happened to me once. I was put into the Boston Crab. Never again.
Oh damn, you guys are doing
And
submission moves then,
Yeah. And then
Wow.
someone put me in the sharpshooter. Never again. I went home crying.
bro. How about in the jolly?
Aw.
How about in the jolly jumper? You guys ever go in the jolly jumper and just like powerbomb the shit out of your friend?
No.
Come on now, bro. I was the only one.
Nah, I used to get in
Damn.
trouble for that, man. I used to watch WWE all the time.
Oh, dude, I loved it. Back when it was WWF.
That's like 6
That's
years
ancient
before I
history.
started watching.
Nah, that was like Stone Cold, The Rock days, Triple H.
Yeah.
You know.
I had Triple H.
No.
I just didn't have DX Triple H.
Then they tapped out to a
You missed
panda.
the greatest era, bro. The Raw era. Well, the beginning of the Raw era.
I mean, I had Monday Night Raw. I saw Carlito, Shelton Benjamin, all the greats, you know?
I don't agree with that
I
statement.
know. That was the joke. That was the joke.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
They're like the B cast. But I still
Yeah,
like those guys a lot.
I met Carlito in the bathroom.
What?
Oh,
They sound
really?
like the C cast. to me.
Yes. I met like 2 wrestlers in the bathroom.
I want to hear these stories.
Or like the first
Yeah, at least it was,
the first one you guys
like in the restroom was downstairs too.
You know
In the dungeon.
The only bathroom was
you know
downstairs.
you know who Bobby Lashley is?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
dude,
Oh, I used to like him.
He did the spear, man.
I met him I met him in the bathroom because I went and I was like, wait a minute. I turned like in my peripheral vision. I'm like, wow, that's a big like man over there, like in the urinal, like a few urinals down. I didn't want to stare because it's weird. You don't stare at another man in the bathroom. And I'm like, I went to wash my hands. So I'm like, oh, you're Bobby Lashley. Oh, what's up, man? And then and we just like talk. And I didn't want to be like, can you sign this for me? Because that's like, you don't do that. Don't ask.
Especially in the
somebody to
bathroom.
yeah, I'd
Yeah,
say
that's
you
so
do
weird.
that if you're not in the bathroom.
Yeah.
Right.
If
And
you're in
then,
the
like,
bathroom.
we got out the
Maybe-
bathroom.
maybe not.
We, like,
Maybe not do
we
that.
went over to where we were sitting. He signed something for me.
By the way, in that last scene, guys, you know the guy that was kind of like did a racist remark. Did you guys notice those 2 guys that were in front of the car?
Mm-mm.
Oh, you guys been watching the movie?
I did.
No,
for a
we
second.
were having a discussion about talking to people in the bathroom.
Well, Miyagi kind of chopped their beards right now, but one of the guys, the
Yeah.
guy that had the hat, that was the guy that played. Did you guys ever see a horror movie called Dr. Giggles back in the 80s?
No.
That sounds
Nah,
vaguely
80s movie,
familiar.
nah.
Dr. Giggles. You probably, if you look it up, you probably it was the main
I
actor
like
of that movie. But
Shout out to
Oh,
Dr.
okay.
Giggles.
sorry,
Yeah, he looks
I
like a guy that'd be in a movie called Dr. Giggles.
yeah, dude, he was.
I
He was
didn't know
a,
there was a movie called Dr. Giggles.
look it up. He was a dentist that would pull all your teeth out.
Oh,
Oh,
that makes
that's
a lot of sense.
terrifying.
Yeah,
That,
there-
understands, that
no.
makes sense why
Yo.
it's called Dr. Giggles.
Nice.
That
Get
sounds
a little
freaky.
laughing gas pun there.
Is it any
Yeah.
good?
Oh,
Is the film any good?
I
Well,
mean, I
it's
thought it
called
was
Dr.
good.
Giggles, so I feel like
Any-
the joke
any-
is
a-
in and of itself.
most 80s horror movies. Yeah, he was the bad guy in Darkman, exactly. So, but these are 80s, 90s horror movies that were
Robert
not
knows
really that
everything,
good.
dude.
Yeah. Yeah, they were not that great, but they were like average. Like
Ooh,
6
Darkman,
out of 10.
underrated movie.
Darkman
I
was
mean,
cool.
Halloween came out in the 70s and it was amazing. So
Yeah, but those are like
1978.
far and few. Like
Darkman, starring Liam
Jen-
Neeson.
true. Very true. I agree.
Yeah.
I think they were cool for back then because we didn't really see too much of that like we do now. You know.
Yeah.
Mhm.
A
now
lot of things.
Blumhouse is
a lot of
cracking
things
like
80 were like products of their time.
yeah, and now like Blumhouse is cracking out a movie like every fucking month. You know.
Yeah, they have
Oh,
a
that's
horror
saturation.
month coming out for
Ah, man.
Amazon Prime. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Oh no, I didn't know that.
It's called Freaky.
Well, that's one of them.
Wait, that's a movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, that's one movie.
Are we talking about the new
We're
Blumhouse
talking about the
Flash
four
movie that's
The one
coming out?
before, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
4 of them. One
I
of them's
actually
with
do wanna
Joey
see that.
King. Which is the one with Joey King?
The lie or something, or
Something like that.
the
Oh
lie?
no, that's though. Oh
Not the kissing.
no, I know which one you're talking about.
Dude, she
You're
is
talking
so
about the horror
trash.
movie, right?
I hate her. I hate her.
Really?
I really do hate her.
She does suck.
Dang.
Come on.
She was good in the first season of Fargo before she became famous.
Bro, we were watching Crazy Stupid Love, that one with Steve Carell the other day.
Yeah.
and
Great
she's
movie.
in that movie as like a kid
Yeah,
actor.
she
for, like,
was in.
2
She pops
seconds.
up in quite a lot of movies
It's crazy.
in the first half of the decade.
She was
Yeah.
in the American remake of Wreck, Quarantine, as the sick kid.
Yeah. She was in Oz with James Franco too.
Yeah,
Which
such a
movie?
good bonding
Oh, I
moment
love
though,
Mr.
that
Miyagi.
we're seeing in this
Yeah.
movie.
I don't
right
even
now.
remember her.
Like
in that.
this is why this movie works for me, man. Like they just
Yeah.
nail this relationship.
Yeah,
So perfect.
it's so like just heartfelt.
Very true.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Very genuine.
Ugh.
She's like, oh
I'm still
God.
rooting. I'm still rooting for Johnny, man. I don't know.
yeah, because of
Even
Cobra
is
Kai.
movie?
Kid?
Like,
Huh?
that's the thing that I never understood. I'm like, wow. So like enough people like Johnny after this movie, and I was really confused. I was like, okay, what does that say about the people who actually like him? But after watching him in Cobra Kai, I'm like, okay, I can kind of see why. But
Yeah,
just
the
based
way
on
they
this
wrote
alone,
him.
like how that.
Yeah, the way they
Like,
wrote his
inspired enough
character,
for fans.
it makes him a lot more likable than in the original Karate Kid.
Yeah,
He
he
looks-
was
sure.
a jerk kid. And, like people.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
cringe.
never understood like
Yeah.
the whole
Yeah.
like How I Met Your Mother had the whole line, the joke line throughout the series of the show that like
Mhm.
Billy Zappa's
Yeah.
character was the best character. I would never
Yeah,
have
yeah.
agreed with them until Cobra Kai came out and
Exactly.
elaborated on who he was. Like,
Exactly.
but that whole
But that
joke in
story
How I Met Your
wasn't
Mother
told-
came
Yeah,
out.
exactly.
All Barney had to go
Really, no
off.
joke. Chris,
the
do you
original
remember? I was literally like, I'm like, wow, they
Yeah.
I Met Your Mother and made that into an entire.
Yeah, and he was actually on the show towards the end of the season or towards
He
the end
was,
of the
yeah.
show.
But the
Yeah,
thing
that was
is, they
actually funny.
only did that joke in the show because
which
people
Daniel
had
would later
felt that
basically
way
end up
about him.
owning.
Yeah,
Like
true.
they didn't make that up for the show, so I
They
never
didn't.
understood why people feel that way about Billy. But whatever, hey,
Dude,
I
Daniel.
mean, sometimes people gravitate towards the villain. That's why there's so
Yeah.
like many anti-hero.
They're called
Like,
Or sorry,
villains
psychopaths.
and
Johnny,
things
I
like
called him by his
that.
acronym.
Mhm.
Yo, right?
Like that's why you
Yeah.
have your Venom and Maleficent and things like that because people want to see more from
Mhm.
those
I heard that
villains.
Maleficent, Mistress of Evil movie was insane.
Insane in what way? It was okay.
The second one?
Does insane have a way, particularly? That's why they say
I mean, yeah,
insane.
it could be
Insanely
insanely
bad,
bad
insanely
or
good.
insanely good.
Okay, well, in this case, it would just be insane.
Okay. I don't know, man.
Yeah, like
I enjoyed the
Oh,
the first
so
one a lot.
embarrassing.
The second one, yeah, that's yikes.
I want to know
That
what
one was,
what
like,
Johnny
really-
did to push away Allie because
Oh,
he doesn't
dang.
he doesn't cross that line of like smacking her or pushing her. Like you never see that.
No.
But
Right.
he,
Doesn't
he stole a
he did
radio.
push her in the beginning
I
I
don't.
thought this part
No,
was
he
so
took a
He
radio.
threw the radio. He
and
threw the
still
radio.
smashed it.
Yeah, and ran over it with his bike.
Yeah, but this
Yeah.
is the 80s, man. I mean, you could have like there was no censors really back then. Like you could have pushed the boundaries of like, oh, now we know why he's a dick, not just because he's Cobra Kai and he's kicking all these, bullying little kids. That's the only reason for him being a dick is that he's a bully.
I think it
Right.
works.
Well,
But
that
also
and he
because
has a
apparently, according to
complex.
Cobra Kai, his stepdad was a dick.
Well, then I definitely want more than I guess my characters because
I agree.
I'm the only-
It's again, it's
I mean,
again,
I feel
David.
like
This,
that's not
this
the
is
point of
why
the
you and
movie,
me are
though.
on the
That's
same
why-
page with this
No.
movie.
That's why I wasn't highlighted on because it really wasn't the point of this movie.
Right. I
No,
don't think
like,
it takes away from the film.
That's
at all.
why
But
they
I
made
can-
Cobra Kai.
Yeah.
yeah, and it just shows too. It's like no bad student, only bad teacher, right? And
Yeah,
we see
exactly.
Kreese
That
is
was the
just
point.
like sweep the leg, or like when the other guy's like, no, I'll be disqualified. Like you got a problem with that, And then of course when you see Billy's William Zabka's face where he's like, no sensei, and then you can kind of see right in his eyes, he's like, oh crap, I have been a dick because I've been following this really
Mhm.
bad sensei. Like I've been
And
taught
you
this
also kind of
BS.
yeah. You also kind of see that in the sequel as well, especially like the beginning part of the sequel.
Yeah.
Mhm. Also, Mr. Miyagi just steals the movie
Yeah.
here.
yeah,
Yeah.
this is my favorite scene from him.
Oh man, the scene where they get drunk is hilarious.
Hmm.
I think the first time I watched this, I didn't even realize that they were actually getting drunk. It's funny. I think if I remember correctly, the first time that I watched this was up in our old ski house in Windham, New York, which is where we used to go. I watched a lot of movies there for the first time.
I watched this the first time in karate class.
Oh,
Nice.
Did you have?
Perfect movie to watch in karate class.
We actually watched a lot of
No.
like karate-based movies. We watched this. We watched the original Baki anime. We watched a lot of Bruce Lee movies.
Wow.
We even watched Dragon Ball Evolution.
did y'all
No.
like actually practice?
Yes, we did.
Hold on.
This is when like we were sleeping over his house for the weekend. Like if it's
Oh,
Wait,
we
you're
were chill out.
supposed to sleep?
Was it in the
Okay.
basement of your house?
That's
We practiced in his basement, but we slept in his living room.
that's cool.
Of your teacher?
Yes,
I'm
the
having
sensei.
Oh my God, why would you sleep over there?
David.
Bro, I think you just told us something you shouldn't have told us. Maybe.
No, it's just
I don't know
like
if you want
I
to
don't
go there
think
right now.
No, I
No,
don't
'cause
think
it's
it
like-
was like that, man.
no, it's the
No,
people like because we all were going to a tournament, so we all got to go and be in one place.
Okay,
and rock the
When you
goals in
say
one place.
it like that.
Did you
okay.
get?
Let
did
me
you
finish.
Get, did you get parent consent? Like your parents
Yes,
knew about?
yeah,
Yes.
yes.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Hey,
You may
I'm
want
sorry.
a refund.
I don't know.
Y'all took it so wrong, man.
Yeah, like
Yeah, that is a major
You're gonna
fact.
walk
I'm watching the movie and I just heard I used to sleep in the basement and I was like, what?
I said
Yeah.
we slept in his living room. I said we practiced in the basement.
I was about to say. So you were literally the boy under the stairs
With
there.
no windows, so there'd be no distractions in our karate.
Well, the first
Yeah.
thing that made my ears perk up was
No means of breathing. You were.
I don't think
No,
anyone can show you that movie.
It was funny because it's like with like the tournament, it was like Friday was just the chill out day. Saturday
with
we
bad
had
American remakes of good anime.
yeah, and then Saturday was training day, and then Sunday was tournament day, and then we got back. We could just chill until we all go home.
I thought he showed you training day.
I wish.
He said that.
He's
Right?
like, this is
It's
Denzel
just
doing
like-
karate.
His parents are paying for karate lessons, and the guy just shows him movies all.
Exactly.
Yeah,
that's what
that's what
I'm
I'm thinking,
saying.
that's what I'm
That's
thinking.
y'all ever
You
practice?
should get a refund.
There was one
Right?
time we were over there and we like did a lesson.
Best
where we had
karate lesson
lightsaber-
ever.
We did like lightsabers, and he was like the Grand Sith, and we tried to attack him, and he
Dude,
like
what?
destroyed all of us. It was so fun. He was
That
so
sounds
cool.
amazing.
He was a
That's
cop. He was
awesome,
a
but you
cop.
definitely
was a
didn't
cop.
learn karate. But that does sound awesome. Oh man, this
I
is
wish
such
I
a
had
good
a
moment,
karate
though. I
school
know
like
we're
that.
all
Yeah, it
laughing
is.
and stuff, but
It was
like this is
heartfelt, man.
phenomenal right here.
It
That's
is.
what we're doing though. We're having
Yeah.
a good time during COVID.
You know what's crazy?
This
If you
is
guys
why-
noticed it, when he
What?
first put him in the bed, he had a tear going down his eye when he went to bed. I was like, "Fuck!" Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's like that's real. He like just passed out with a tear in his eye because he was talking about the wife and stuff and his
Yeah.
past.
Mhm.
That was crazy. That was good.
Yeah.
Hit
They
you
did
right
this-
there.
They did this better than I'm gonna say it again, the remake, because in the remake it was like
No spoilers.
Oh yeah, never mind. Yeah,
I
It's a
thought
remake.
the
You're
way
not
they did
missing
this in
anything.
the remake was really good, actually.
I thought it was. Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard. I think it got good reviews.
Well,
The only
I
no.
mean,
thing
hey, I liked it. So I don't
the
know.
Will
only
Smith
thing I
threatened them all.
remember about that movie is like the Justin Bieber song.
Never
Hey.
say never.
Yeah,
I don't even remember that.
And then Jada Smith had like that bomb verse. He's like, "You made
It was
you
bomb.
bigger than me, taller than me, and this is on Sean." Yeah, I can't.
Matt, do you know the words?
I
used
don't
to-
like the movie, but I love the song.
Yeah,
I sing it.
I used
My
to-
karate-
Slap.
My karate teacher told it to us in his basement.
Brandon.
Oh man.
Sorry, man. I'm just teasing you.
Brando,
But
you're
come on,
the
that was
best.
crazy.
You're the best, Brando.
No.
You're the
You're the
best.
Shots fired.
Around.
Nothing's ever gonna keep you down. Anyways,
Great song.
all right. It may not be as powerful as the 1984 version, but the 2010 Karate Kid delivers a surprisingly satisfying update to the original.
That's Will Smith writing that.
Right. I was like, who wrote that?
No, it's Jada. She's writing a 5-star review for that.
That's both of
Probably
them. That's
why.
all three of them.
Will Smith.
It's
She'll have
Jada.
a
Oh,
red,
I
she'll
found
have a
Will
red
Smith.
table talk about it and like 2 months. I'm sure about it.
I found
She'll
his
dress it.
review. I found Will Smith's review. Is all it says is Ralph Macchio's a bitch.
Oh, God. Phenomenal shots here.
That's a
Wow.
little harsh, Will.
Harsh Will.
And this is why
Especially
Will
since
Smith
he's
is an
working with
actor,
him
not a
for
critic.
Cobra Kai.
Right?
Yeah,
I feel like
the
this was not a
scores.
great. It's not a great score for an '80s montage though. Like because we had
Not
Rocky
right
montage
here.
at the time. But
What, this right here or the You're the Best Around?
Yeah, this is directed by the same guy. This is Hamilton, the king of these types of montages.
No, this works for me. I don't know.
It works for me too
Same.
on several levels.
Yeah. Like it's supposed to be all majestic. Like the whole like you're the best
Oh, the
around
birthday
that comes
scene.
up later. Like, and I think that was actually a rejected Rocky song too.
What?
That makes
Yeah.
sense.
I feel like that could work for Rocky as well, though.
Yeah.
That and Moment of Truth, which I actually like more. The song in the credits. That's actually my favorite song out of the all the songs in the movie.
Oh, this
That's
is
just
one of my
personal.
favorite scenes coming up. I love this birthday scene.
Yeah, the
Yes.
birthday scene is really good. I actually do like that.
This scene is so cute.
No, the two of these two really do develop like an amazing bond throughout it.
I just love the chemistry between the two of them. They really have that bond.
Yeah.
I'm just kind of sad that Mr. Miyagi's not even in the series. I wish he kind of was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, rest in peace.
Like I will say
Yeah.
that scene in the first season where Daniel goes to visit his grave, that was legitimately heartbreaking.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
We
love
keep
that.
talking
Spoiler,
about
he's
Cobra
cutting
Kai.
in
We
front of
keep
him and
talking
talking
about
about
Cobra
this.
Kai.
Just talk the first season. Just talk the first season.
Yeah,
I didn't
it's
watch
like-
the second season
I
yet.
do like when shows
We're
or
talking about one
continuations
without
of-
talking about the other.
I do like when shows or movies do like a continuation of like older properties and they go back to like, character that may have passed away in real life or like just their character. Because Creed did that with Rocky with when Sylvester Stallone went back to visit Adrian's grave, and I was like, whoa,
Adrian.
that's deep. Good job, Ryan Coogler. Respected Rocky.
Yeah. Yep.
They had great locations in this movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
landscapes,
Creed
man.
famously made my top 10 favorite movies of 2015. And yeah,
Yeah.
that movie still holds up very, very
Right.
well.
Any
Great.
movie, any movie with fighting or karate, just sign me up. And it all thanks to the Karate Kid.
Mhm.
I don't know who said it earlier, with karate being like people want to learn it. It was this, and I feel like it was this and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles would make kids like, I want to do karate.
Yeah,
TMNT.
I've seen the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movies. I've heard that they're
love
like just
TMNT.
fun, just like fun.
They're
nonsense.
amazing, Brando. You got to watch them. They're
Fir-
so good. The
first reaction,
two,
first
everything
time
else,
reaction.
you know.
Yeah, first
Brando.
time reaction. There you go, man.
Oh, might
Man,
be worth it.
I
Might
feel
be
like with
worth
that,
it.
though,
Do the second
Like-
one though. Do the second one. Do the second one though.
Secret of Ooze, is that what it's called?
The
Yeah.
one with Vanilla Ice.
Oh,
Oh my
I
god.
feel like
Thanks, baby.
You gotta
Go
react to that one.
ninja, go ninja, go.
Ninja, go ninja, go ninja. That's
Go ninja,
perfect.
go.
I feel like when I do reaction
What have I
videos
done?
to movies like that where it has like a following, like I'm sure that'll be popular with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles crowd. Like someone like new going into a franchise, they can either be very welcoming or just very like, you know what you're talking about. Like you need to know why this is popular. Like Dune fans, they roasted me for that trailer reaction. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, I don't know anything about Dune. This looks cool. And just, oh my God. Just like
Like, you filthy normie, how dare you?
Dune came
You know what?
before
You know what?
Star
The,
Wars.
you know what? The get around to that is, Brendan. Research the whole plot summary on Wikipedia. That way, you know the basic
Yeah, I
plot
don't
points. That way
I don't
nobody
have
can get
enough
mad at
time.
you. Just enjoy the visual experience when you go in. It just makes it
Nor do
much easier.
Nor do I care. It's like, yeah, I think David, you even posted your trailer reaction. It's like I'd never even heard of Dune. You know what I mean? Like David, didn't you say that?
Yeah, I've never heard anything about it. I just know that it was like
Same.
the most anticipated on everybody's list and blah 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 and
Same.
stuff.
What was
What were the responses on that video? Did you get people like that, or was it just
No,
like, oh,
that's why it's so funny seeing all your hate, because I rarely get hate on my comments at all. Like as far as like people like you don't understand, or like I think maybe there's been a couple where it says that are like diehard fans that say like look into the lore, but they don't kind of get disrespectful or anything.
yeah, like I don't know, because I said one of those monsters looks like the Sarlacc pit monster, and they're like, "How dare you suggest that Dune is similar to Star
You
Wars?"
can't be doing
Dune
that. You're
came
gonna
first.
trigger people with
They
that
went
one.
in on
Dude,
you.
It's just a movie.
I said it looked at the worm from Tremors. So I mean, no
No,
one said anything.
yeah,
No one said
even though
anything.
if anybody thinks that Star Wars didn't borrow a shit from Dune, they're crazy.
Yeah, see, that's the
Right.
point, though. It's like I know Star Wars.
Star
and it
Wars
looks-
borrowed
that's-
so much from Dune.
Right,
I
and
mean,
that's what
I'm
you
gonna
have to
relate-
connect it with.
Yeah, but
People
but I
don't
love
get
that scene. Like, yeah, pick a car. Pick a car. Like, oh my god.
Any car.
Yeah.
that, bro.
Don't let them know the
Any car. I
reference.
love
Don't let
that.
them know the reference. Don't let them know the reference. Don't.
Well, this is the reference, isn't it?
You haven't seen Cobra Kai though.
I know, but Cobra Kai references this, so this
Yeah.
is the reference.
Yeah. Oh, what? You know what I'm saying? That this isn't Cobra Kai.
I probably
Sorry,
got-
my brain's fried. Friday.
Yeah, I'm just gonna assume that almost every scene of this movie shows up as a flashback. And
Yeah, there's a lot of it.
Dang
There-
near.
There's a lot. There's certainly a lot.
yeah, but you
Was
know what
this-
though? Karate Kid 2
Oh,
and Karate
me.
Kid 3 both open with a montage of the first movie.
True.
Yeah.
True. Well, I
Yo,
haven't
I'm
seen
a-
the third
I'm a-
one.
I'm
but I
gonna
know
say
the second one
something-
does.
I'm gonna say
Wait.
something that's gonna break all of your guys' hearts.
Okay.
The creators of Avatar: The Last Airbender definitely drew a lot from this relationship for the Iroh Zuko relationship.
Why is that gonna break our hearts?
Yeah.
Like without a
that's-
doubt, like
that's
it's just I don't know. It's just it's
Good.
awesome to think about because like
That
it's
is
so
awesome, though.
heartwarming. Like
It
the
makes me-
relationship
Oh,
they
okay.
have.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, I see
That's
what you're
really
saying,
cool.
Dom. That makes me like it even more now, though, because I can
Yeah.
clearly see that, and that's so
Like
cool.
I'm just
love
looking at this.
Avatar
I'm like
as much
I
as
can literally like just with like the outlines of close. Like I'm like yeah, they definitely did like Ralph Macchio as Zuko and Pat Morita as Iroh. Like just that relationship, that like camaraderie between the two of them, like that kind of sense of mutual respect, while also like just that sense of love for each other.
Yeah.
Is this
Love
you?
It's really
Are
great.
you just kind of like speculating, or is that have they said that those were like examples?
No, it's one of those things that seems so obvious that it's like how could it not? You know?
Oh, I thought
yeah,
they
I
actually
agree.
said
I was
that.
just curious. Yeah, I was just curious. I feel I can see it though. I feel it
I could see it
for sure. When you
How
look.
crazy would it be if they actually did say that? We guessed that on a whim.
I'd lose my mind. That'd be amazing.
That would be amazing.
So you guys are talking
Yeah,
about
okay.
how like
Yeah.
with Dan with Ralph being like all confident with the ladies and stuff. I want to know if this was made nowadays. You know how much this movie be like? Oh, Ralph is like Daniel's not a good character. He's like being kind of creepy towards his girl. Yeah, like you know how much his attitude tried to chase her like would be pure.
People have never been late in their lives. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like like I said, it's a product of its time, and back then, I feel like this persona is the correct persona for this character. And if they made it now, they would kind of probably change it.
Yeah.
Into
Well-
a different. Well, they did do that, but
He doesn't do anything like that.
Wow.
Crazy. Like he doesn't like slap her ass or something. Like
he's
I
not-
could see that.
yeah,
you
he
know what I mean?
doesn't. But he
Why
is
does he
kind of
move
cocky
past the
though.
machine that says measure your sex appeal, which I'm like, wow, only in the 80s.
Yeah. See, it's all just a product of its times. I think is
Yeah.
what we're all kind of getting at here,
Very
Yeah.
true,
and that's why.
and it worked, and it ages well.
It does.
Yeah, I
age
think-
well, I think.
That Pac-Man.
Wait, why does she hate him
Yeah.
now?
Because he like kind of ran away from her and like just
What-
said like, oh yeah, you're with that guy, like we were dancing with him.
This
Oh,
is
that's
this is the part that
dumb.
like I felt was like left
That's
on the cutting room floor because there is no reason for her. He's the one that got spaghetti all over his freaking shirt
Yo,
and
right?
left.
And
So,
she's mad at him.
Yeah, I
that's,
felt like we're
that's
missing a part.
lame.
And
That's
like
that's something that we
explain it,
like to
but-
call manufactured tension.
yeah.
He doesn't he it's cool that they show that he's really not getting the hint though that she just likes him for him because he keeps it.
Yeah.
Well, why? Because I'm from Reseda and you're from Encino. Oh, like other side of the tracks, this whole like Shakespeare type of thing,
Mhm.
But it's like, dude, we're already an hour and 40 minutes into the movie. Like, get over it. Like,
Yeah.
you should know this by now.
Hey, come
But he
on.
does learn it like right now though, because he's got the
Right.
friend character basically just
Yeah.
tells him.
But you don't
You
think
know.
like that's kind of like I kind of like
Yeah.
that he doesn't. It shows how young he is, though. Still in this movie,
Contrived.
that he
Yeah.
doesn't pick up.
Yeah.
on
Shows
the
how
hint,
young
you know?
22 he is.
Can't get it. Right.
Yeah,
You can't get a
22
clue.
was different back then, man.
22 is the new 16 back then.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
Real.
He's very
Like-
hard-headed. Yeah, he
I
is.
could not imagine being 22 in 1984. That's weird.
Wait, what?
can-
How's that weird? It's just an age and a
No
decade.
cell phones, no arcades. Like,
Well, you mean
arcades.
No,
for
they're
entertainment.
Arcades are
There
there.
are.
There
the
is,
biggest thing.
yeah, there's a cell phone too. There's a big ass brick.
No, I don't even think
Yeah.
they had that at 84.
Have.
Yeah,
I don't think it's
that's
that,
after 84.
right?
That's like in the 90s, isn't it?
Oh, you
No,
got
they,
video.
well, they have the cell. When
Yeah,
did
they
they
have
have the phones in the car?
Oh, the
Wait,
phone in the
what?
car thing. That'd be good to look up. I don't really know when they introduced that. The cell phone in the
Pretty sure
car.
that was just for rich people.
Or the-
that's the
the-
thing.
Corded phone.
phones.
Yeah, where you could, or there was like a thing where you can put a phone. There was like the phone in the purse or something like that at the time.
That's like
Am I
James
wrong?
Bond stuff.
Yeah,
I,
James
I
Bond.
think I know what you're
villain.
talking
Yeah.
about. Yeah, that was.
Inspector
I think I know what you're talking about.
I never heard of that. That's cool.
Mm-mm. That's like the shoe phone.
Oh my God, he's feeling her up.
Man,
Gross.
that hug though, it's like that's sensual.
Bro,
It's like a
this
genuine
kiss-
hug.
This
It's
this
genuine.
kiss right here. This kiss right here is the weirdest shit ever. If you look at this kiss, he's all he's like a
The
fish right
80s
here.
for you.
This
Oh,
is so
They're
weird. Me
so
and my,
about to get it on. It's not even funny.
me and my
The
girl
worst
are
They're about
like,
to
what
get
the
on
kiss
like
is this?
Donkey Kong.
I just watched Footloose for the first time. They
That's the 80s
right here, watch that.
for you.
that's a lot of time.
Wow,
That's a lot of mouth.
Bro,
send, dude.
what you
I
mean?
don't think Elizabeth
Same.
Shue signed up for
I
that.
What a
He's
Chad.
doing it.
Oh damn, karate.
Oh my
tongue.
God,
Hello.
you were not
Hey.
kidding.
I
That
hope
was-
I hope
that-
she was over.
yeah,
8
that-
I hope she was
wow.
over 18 because he's 22.
Yeah, that's the charge.
I
right
don't think
there.
that was
He's tweaking while he's
looked
doing
down
it. He's like,
upon back then.
That's true. That's true.
This is crazy to me.
yo, right?
That
Yo,
was
right?
insane.
That was
right?
cool
That was next
10 and a
level.
half.
Thank God this took place in the 80s. Wow.
Dang.
Yeah, I couldn't find that. I couldn't find when that car and the cell phone, when that car phone came out.
Oh, okay.
But I want to say the. It said. Oh, it says 95.
Telling you, it was only like rich people were the only
95?
ones that
Water
had it.
park at night.
Let
It
me
was
see.
in Die Hard, I think. Remember? Wasn't there a phone in the car?
Yeah, but the Die Hard again, that was a limousine driver for like a very like wealthy like limousine company. Or I actually no,
Sure.
I think all the limousines had them like built in already. But even still, it's like
Sure.
that wasn't like a common thing. Like regular people
Yeah.
didn't have that.
I love how he just steals the thing right here behind his back.
Oh wow. Actually,
There you
Yo,
go.
right?
no. It was in the 80s. I'm sorry. It was in the 80s. But it says they started developing car like cellular technology back in the 40s
That makes sense.
Wow.
Yeah.
with different like radio waves and stuff like that. You know, signals. That's
Cool.
crazy. Motorola.
These guys.
Wow.
These guys have anything else in this movie to do? Like seriously, this is
No.
just getting annoying at this point. These guys literally have nothing else to do.
This blonde
There's a
guy's
joke-
What else
loitered out.
have them do though? I think it would just distract from the movie. It's like, what else do you need them to do?
You look at Jared Leto from Fight Club.
Yeah,
right? Right?
Yeah, and that kid does not look like he's in high school.
No,
Right?
God,
He
no.
does it.
College.
He's actually,
He is, but
Ralph
he
Macchio
was,
probably
like,
older than
40
him
years
though.
old.
In all
He was 30.
actuality.
he was 36. He was 36 when they cast.
Bullshit.
not as bad as Grease though. Those
It'd be
guys. Are
amazing
like
if he was.
That's worse when they casted Tobey Maguire as Spider-Man in 2002. When
Oh,
they think
no.
he's
Get outta
28.
here.
No, no, no.
Yo,
Don't
he
go
was
there,
like
don't go there.
27.
Get out of here.
27 or
I
something
don't think
like
he was
that.
20. I think he was younger than that. I think he was like
No.
24 or something.
No, he was older.
Let's take it back a scale and say Andrew Garfield then.
Okay, yeah. He's a
Yeah,
scapegoat
Andrew Garfield was
and all
older. Andrew Garfield was 29 when he got Spider-Man.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's
and
too
was
good
in high
looking.
school.
Andrew Garfield has a baby face in a way.
that. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
but
can see
Emma
that.
Stone. How old was Emma Stone when that movie came? Yeah, Emma Stone was younger. Emma Stone was only like 24 when that
20.
movie came out. So that works better.
Man, damn it! I just love this movie so much.
They mean
gonna get
nostalgic
real
for
here, yeah.
2012.
I will
the
say
first year
when,
the world was supposed to end.
when I saw the tournament scene for the first time and I saw him fighting, and I'm like, wait a minute. That's not. I took it to my sister. I'm like, that's not like our tennis. They have us up in pads. We don't fight without pads. We fight with like full pad. we fight with full pads. Why don't we fight with like just barehanded? What is this?
But this is also a tournament where a head will still count.
Or what?
This is still a tournament that if you even punch a guy in the face or kick a guy in the face, it still counts. Surprised you can't kick him in the crotch.
I mean,
I've watched.
You gotta
karate.
draw the line somewhere.
Time.
Have you seen karate?
Miyagi
tournaments?
kicked
Like,
one of the Cobra Kai skeletons in the crotch earlier in the film.
Yeah, it was amazing.
Have you ever seen a karate tournament? Like, you ever seen looked it up or something?
My
No.
cousin teaches a Shindu, and he used to do tournaments there.
It's really cool to watch. Honestly, I think they're interesting.
I feel like it's more similar to fencing, right? It's more about the art form and.
Mm-hmm.
Especially like some of them, they go through. If you like, I think one time my sister was telling me about. We saw a video. It was like this dude. He was trying to get to the rank of brown belt, which is like a high belt rank, and he had to go through like I think five higher brown belts had to like fight him like in succession without like him taking a break. And he had to like keep standing, and I thought that was really cool.
This guy in the mustache, the referee, he's the stunt coordinator.
Really?
Interesting.
Oh, that's cool.
Nice.
Buff.
The choreographer, I should say. And here's the song.
I need that Cobra Kai patch.
Right?
Yeah.
Get that tattooed on your back.
I ain't that great.
my
Come on, I'm
God.
not that diehard fan.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, I love movies, but not enough to get a tattoo of one on my back.
What about a bonsai tree?
I'll get a lightsaber down my leg.
I'd get a bonsai tree if I could find one.
I'll get a lightning bolt from Harry Potter on my forehead. How about that?
Oh, dude.
Use a Sharpie.
I don't think you want to get that because that's actually like some Aryan Brotherhood stuff in jail. So I don't think you'd want to get that.
Yeah, I already
Oh,
have
no.
If you
the
get locked
blonde
up,
hair, light skin, blue eyes, the height.
yeah, they.
You know,
yeah.
I fit right in. So maybe that'd be a bad idea.
The All Valley Tournament.
So this guy, I think, is an
I
actual
the
fighter.
All-Valley
This
tournament.
guy in the white is like an actual fighter. He's the only one to me that was like
Legit.
legit. Like I don't know if he is an actual fighter. He just fights like one.
Imagine if Cobra Kai was a gang in the Warriors. Like they actually like knew karate and stuff.
Yo, that I would pay money to see.
That'd be sick. Dude, look at this guy in the black. How old is this guy? This guy looks like
Right?
Yeah, I looked it up. He's actually 41.
Oh wow.
Bullshit. Really?
No,
looked
no,
it up.
he-
That
I can't
way.
trust Chris
No.
if he's trolling anymore.
Look it up.
Right. He did not look that up.
no, I'm just trolling.
David,
about
I'm
the
glad
ages,
that you
man.
now understand my pain
I don't
looked
know
it up in
how
1
old they
second.
are,
for
man.
dealing with him being
Right.
a troll.
They all
Rob,
look
that was
like
like
they're like
2.5
about to be
seconds.
27.
I didn't
like,
have
how
to
did
look
he
at
look
Chris,
that
and I
up so
knew that
fast?
he was bullshitting.
Rob says Robert Garrison, who played Tommy in The Karate Kid, died at 59. He passed away last year.
Hmm.
Wait, say it again. Robert Garrison
Oh,
played Tommy.
Man.
Yeah.
Oh, played
he
Tommy.
died
Oh,
He died last year. He was 59.
Robert
Oh, damn, that
Garrison.
sucks. Oh, hey guys, Billy's
Oh, wait
back.
a minute. That's not the one in Cobra Kai, is it?
That's why there were
One-
only 3 out of Johnny's 4 friends here in that episode in Cobra Kai.
Sorry, Brando. I'm fucking so sorry, by the way. Sorry, Brando. Brando. I saw your face. I know. I saw your face.
Is it?
I hear the word Cobra Kai, and I'm just like,
I was gonna say something
Ooh.
about that earlier, but I know
By the way, that episode is like one of my
Kristen and
favorites.
Brandon aren't there yet.
In season 2, that's like one of my favorite episodes
I'm
with
not
Johnny.
paying attention, so
That's a
David, go
good
ahead. I'm
episode.
Oh
watching
yeah, I
all the
forgot.
stuff.
I forgot you've only done season 1 so far, huh, Miss Flamingo?
Yeah, I've
It's
only
got
gotten
those
up to, like,
eyes too, like
09.
those fucking psycho eyes. Like, look at those
Yeah,
eyes.
they're like beady.
But how
like,
can we
really
not
beady.
talk Cobra Kai?
You
How
want
can
to
we
I
not-
know,
Crazy.
I know. It's
Come on,
tough.
man.
It's really tough.
I just smacking someone with the bare feet, just disgusting. Just dirty.
I love how they were like, "Hey, he needs to be sweaty. Who's got a water bottle?"
Where's
That's
a
what I also-
hose? Just spray him down.
That's what I also wondered too, because it's almost like two-hand touch football, right? Like there's some contact, but technically in tournaments you're not, especially with kids, like you're not supposed to be doing full contact. So I think it's just enough to get a point, right? But there's some scenes where like you hear like that like that sound effect where it's like a full punch that almost knocks them out. So it's like, where do they draw the line, like of what's more than full
in
contact?
real life,
you know what I mean?
In real life, it's more about the showing that you can do the technique than actually like harming the other person. You know, it's more about like the sword play. If you think about it, like with fencing, it's more about that than actually like, you know, harming them. But obviously in the movies, they got to make it a movie.
Dramatic.
Yeah, it's way more technical and less physical in real life, just to put it simply.
Yeah.
Thanks, Joe Rogan podcast.
Come on, Talking TV's podcast. I'd love to have you.
Oh, of course.
It'd be awesome if it happened.
Yeah. By the way, I'm a 2-time fencing champion in my middle school days. So,
Bro, I never know when to take you seriously, man.
Dude,
I never know when to take you seriously.
Dude, I'm being 100% serious about that.
What got
I
you
need to know what
People
sports you did, because you said you did a lot of sports in high school,
I was
right?
nice with the rapier back in the day, man. I swear to God, dude. Like, I'm not even lying. Yeah. So I can kind of
You guys understand. You guys all understand my pain now.
What else did you do, Chris?
I was actually in the junior PGA. Swear to God, again, not lying. I was in the junior PGA for one tournament, and I got kicked out because I couldn't keep up with the
But
pace.
again, hence why you said middle school.
My instructor put me in it too fast. I knew I wasn't ready. So then I went to fencing. True story.
Golf to fencing. Well, that's a transition right there.
I still don't know how to take you seriously.
Dude, I'll text you some photos, all right?
I want to see. I want to see these photos, bro.
Chris,
it's real.
Chris, I want to know how you got into film then. If you did all these sports, how did you just like go into film?
What's the biggest sports?
Thank community college for that one.
Yeah, community college. But I was always more of a musician. I just I like a lot of different things.
Yeah, jack of all trades.
Why does Bobby look like a discount Luke Skywalker?
Yeah, Bobby looks like my dad in the 80s.
He does.
My dad has the same haircut and everything.
By the way, when Bobby injures him right now, and he runs up to him and goes, "I'm so sorry, Danny." Like, I was like, this is not the Cobra Kai way, bro. Like, this is the total opposite of the show. Like right here, like right there. Like,
I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it.
I didn't feel the vibes. Yeah, and I didn't feel the vibes of the Cobra Kai, but then again, I mean, they didn't know what was to come of the Karate Kid series too. So I'm like,
I didn't mean it. It was an accident.
Yeah,
you told me to.
Did it?
He told me to sweep the leg.
I did think that was a clever bit though that they did in the show when Daniel seemed like he was going to do the Miyagi hand rub thing, and then it's like, oh no, I can't do that. Medic.
yeah.
I tried this before, and luckily I stopped the last second. I'm like, no,
Miyagi use the super potion.
Yeah, we never got an explanation of what this does, huh? Besides heating up your hands.
Right.
We as a species were not ready for it yet.
Super healing powers activate.
Ancient
it feels COVID.
They parodied that in the Amazing World of Gumball. It was like a whole like Karate Kid parody, and like Gumball injured like his butt because they're playing tennis instead of a karate match. It was tennis. So then like the like counselor of the school, he's like, I know an ancient technique. He like spit in his hand. He's like, no, I'm fine. And I was like, nice.
That's actually kind of funny.
And that's Gumball.
Yeah, Amazing World of Gumball
show on Cartoon Network.
Yeah, it was the one where there's like those rich preppy kids kept bullying them, and it was just turned into like a big 80s like it was pretty much an homage to Karate Kid, but it was like with rich preppy kids in tennis.
Interesting. Yeah.
Those cartoons
I just hit up my old
adult humor, huh?
Yeah, that's definitely one of those shows for sure.
My old fencing buddies.
I did watch that
have
show when it was on TV though.
We have a group chat, and so I hit them up, and they'll be coming on. One of them will be coming on to validate my my past in our 100 sub
my
live
God.
stream. So once we hit
Oh my
100
God.
subs, I'll be pulling on one of my old fencing buddies, and we can talk about sharpening our rapiers and competing in tournaments and stuff.
Guys,
and
what
carrying
did you
and all
just
that
do?
stuff.
First of all, I just want to point out that
No.
Chris just said the
Here to
word
get wrecked,
sharpen
guys.
our rapiers.
Yeah, I'm
Think
going
about
off
that
for
for a
a
second.
terminology.
Whoa,
A true
whoa.
swordsman
gotta-
never
I know Ri-
disrespects his weapon. Okay, if you guys knew
Oh,
anything
clearly.
about that.
I played Assassin's Creed Unity, so I know my fair share of swords. So I know what a rapier is. So I'm pretty good on that. And my choice sword is
Bro.
the katana, so I'm pretty good.
I can't take the
Hey.
word rapier
Assassin's Creed.
seriously. I
Dude.
can't.
All right, here we go.
I
Well, it's
just
actually a very
can't.
elegant
Mac-
French weapon, but let's focus
Mac
on the
just brought-
movie.
Mac just
Right.
brought me back to that Cobra Kai episode where that guy is talking
Oh
to
my god!
Johnny in the Lowe's store. Remember? And he's like, dude, did you do this in the 80s? And he's like, no, I was talking to
Oh,
chicks. I
Paul
wasn't a
Walter
nerd."
Hauser.
Bro.
Right?
Sorry, Mac.
It's like,
I love when he's like, talking to Miguel.
Working at a yard.
I love when he's like talking to Miguel, and he's like, "Dude, you need to go listen to Poison right now, or whatever."
Oh,
like
yeah.
classic rock band. He's like, "You don't know Guns
It was like
Roses
Guns
or
N'
something?"
Roses.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
at
yeah.
one point in the beginning of the episode.
He's definitely
Hilarious.
stuck in the 80s for sure.
Here we go.
get
I
told
gotta
that all the
say, I
time.
did love how in the Cobra Kai season 1 finale, Johnny specifically had Miguel do
Oh,
the crane
damn.
kick. Specifically as a fuck you to Daniel. That was actually pretty funny.
Chris is not even
You
there
wanna
yet.
have our
You
own-
gotta let her get
Chris,
there.
you want to have our own live stream? Wanna just
Damn,
leave?
Dom, that was a savage spoiler, but I respect
That
it.
was a savage spoiler. Dom, what's wrong with
I
you?
No
missed it.
different than
I
what
missed
we've done before.
I took my headphones off.
Good.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm honestly
No
glad I
more
did
Cobra
not watch
Kai
the
talk.
replay, Brandon.
All right, no
We're
more,
almost
no more
done the
Cobra.
movie.
Yeah.
Boom.
Ooh, almost.
That was kind
got
of
him.
sweet. Like,
Ooh, that was
that was
smooth.
a
Oh,
leg,
that gets me
leg
every
takedown, yeah.
time.
Oh,
that's pretty smooth.
Honestly, when I watched this, I thought the sensei for Cobra Kai was David Hasselhoff.
Yeah.
Kind of looks like him.
Yeah.
bit.
So I
Yeah,
can
a
understand
little
where that confusion
The
would
hair.
come from.
The hair.
No sensei. Yeah, like that look right there. When his eyes got a little bit wider, like that's a lot of characterization right there.
it is.
Yeah.
That's
I
Facial
just-
expressions.
I just guess I guess I didn't spend enough time with him. But once again, I understand. Does he show up in the other movies, by the way, the sequels? Priest?
Only
He's
the
in the
first-
beginning of 2, and I think he's in a little bit of 3.
Nah, he's not
Yeah.
in 3 at all.
No, it's
Oh,
not
it's
very.
not?
It's
Okay,
not
never
not
mind.
very much. To answer your question,
Yeah, like the beginning of 2 was actually in the script for the ending of 1.
it seemed
Yeah.
like it too.
It was
Yeah,
a flashback to like the end of the tournament, and he was like,
Yeah,
There's a rumor that they actually filmed it for this movie, but they actually did film it for number 2 because Elizabeth Shue is not actually anywhere in that scene because she wasn't in the movie because she went back to Harvard.
"Oh, nice!
That's,
Wow.
oh, that's why
Respect.
she wasn't around for any of them.
Yeah, she went back to school. Then she was in Cocktail with Tom Cruise.
yeah.
I never saw
Nice.
Yeah, it's a bad
Classic.
movie. I
that.
watched
That's
it
what I
only
hear.
late.
Cocktail.
Because I remember you're a huge Tom Cruise fan, but you're like I remember hearing that movie in particular was kind of bad.
Yeah, I mean it's like
We got
I can
the-
enjoy every Tom Cruise movie that I've seen. I haven't seen all of them, but most of them. But like the only reason why I watched it with some of my bartending buddies after one of our shifts, and we're like, oh, let's just watch like Cocktail. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's fun to see Tom Cruise like doing all like the bar tricks, like the flair. I could never do it, but that movie is like a melodramatic, trashy cheese fest. Like, oh, it's. I don't recommend going back to it.
Is it an '80s film?
Yeah, it's like 88.
That explains it.
You got to like cruise it or lose it after this.
Man, you're just setting up podcasts left and right, AJ. You just keep
What he
setting them up,
does.
man.
I love the kid in the back.
boy.
He's a body bag. Yeah.
Oh, 80s background extras.
There's always
Yeah, they're the
like-
best, dude.
Remember the guy in the freaking Hulk Hogan movie who's just tossing his dog into a lake in the background?
All right, here it
I
is.
definitely
No,
know.
that's
go.
terrible. Though.
It's the move.
Here we go.
Oh man.
Boom.
Oh,
Boom.
oh.
Right.
Ooh.
Right in the face.
Like, that's so iconic.
like some
But,
lost
but
if you-
night.
but
It
if you,
spawned an entire new TV show 30 years later.
dude, no,
Right.
it
They show
spawned
that
the
scene
biggest
about 90
controversy.
times.
Spawned the biggest controversy was that move illegal.
Oh, and I love how he
That's
Yeah.
gives
what
the
everyone
trophy.
was talking about afterwards.
You're all right, Larusso.
Yeah.
You're all right, Lorenzo.
True. How funny is
once
it that
again,
people treated that like a sporting event?
Once again, that would
Right.
never
Yeah,
happen.
that's
You're all
pretty
right. You're all right, Larusso. That would never happen.
The iconic freeze.
No, it
I
wouldn't. It
disagree.
wouldn't.
Never
agree with
happen
that.
with.
Phenomenal.
No, I disagree.
Phenomenal.
Well, you haven't seen Cobra Kai yet.
No, but
It's
it's
still good.
sports. Like
Yeah.
if you get defeated, like in hockey, like everyone afterwards, they all
But-
line up and everyone shakes their
that's-
hands. There's no in the rule
That's
book.
good sportsman. That's good sportsmanship, though.
Yeah,
We're talking about
of course.
Cobra Kai. They don't.
Yeah, Cobra
really
Kai,
focus
yeah,
on
their
good,
whole
yeah.
mission
Yeah.
statement is no mercy, strike
I
hard,
mean-
strike first.
Yeah,
Exactly.
but
And
right there, Johnny's just like, okay, I don't see it like John, Crease. It's like
Crease.
Crease, isn't it? Yeah.
yeah,
You know,
Chris,
like
Crease.
right there, he realizes that like maybe everything that this guy's teaching me is not right, and I get it.
Yeah.
Later on in Cobra Kai, later on,
yeah,
we're
way
talking about this
later.
movie right now.
yeah,
Like,
That's true.
in this moment, he's like, okay, that wasn't the way. Like, okay, maybe I should be a good sportsman, have some good sportsmanship, and go like, all right, you're all right.
And
I think it
Yeah.
works.
the only reason I don't like that line, but the only reason I think it personally works is because they were like, the Karate Kid might be only one and done. We don't know if there's going to be sequels. So
Right.
if we were to leave it on a cliffhanger with anger, with the kid not resolving those issues, then they would probably already know that, okay, this is going to follow up to the sequels, but they didn't know
Yeah.
that at all. So they had to shimmy that in there somewhere,
Yeah, but you know what? That's actually a good point. That's a whole other discussion. Is like how people make movies today, knowing that there's going to be a sequel. Whereas, like,
Yeah.
you never know. Like, just
Yeah.
focus on making the movie first, and then if it's a hit, then you
Very
can
true.
move the story.
I think it's the
forward.
same
You know
thing
what I
with TV shows, with certain seasons.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes they know that they're going to be renewed. Sometimes they know they're going to be canceled. But like, I don't know if you guys have heard of the show Heroes. That's a show that they didn't
Yes.
really know that they were going to get canceled, and they kind of wrote the final season, and it was a cliffhanger. And it did get it rebooted or whatever. It came back, but years later they got canceled.
And it was like a web show, but you know who the real hero is?
Well, it was a real show too.
I
They-
also
they-
know that Heroes
Hero.
just
Hero from Heroes. He's
Yeah,
the real hero.
got hit really bad by the writers too. But
Yeah,
oh my
But no,
god,
good point about
Dom.
Heroes. I just had to insert that.
Chris has
office
just been
reference.
on a roll tonight. But yeah, this movie was just still.
I want to hear Dom's thoughts, man. Straight up. Let's just go round
Yeah.
table.
Round table.
Let's
Dom, you're
go.
up.
Oh man, I was just gonna say, yeah, this movie's still good. Cobra Kai is better. I'm gonna be the first person to say that because Cobra
Oh.
Kai actually adds shades of moral gray. This movie, it's enjoyable and it's certainly kitsch and it's very of its time, and like the heartfelt moments do still hold up most definitely. But the problem is the overall conflict of the movie is still too black and white for me, and I feel like it makes the conflict very one sided. So it does kind of take away a little bit from, to me, like the iconicness of this movie. Like I'm a guy who enjoys some moral shades of gray in his movie. It's fine. It's fun. It's a fun mindless watch, but this isn't like one of my favorite movies ever.
Damn. Okay.
I know.
Yeah,
Way to
right.
start- way to
I
start
just
us off,
ruined
bro.
everyone's dreams. Like,
Yeah,
this is the
I'm
greatest
gonna-
movie ever. And I'm like, it's okay.
Not everyone's perfect, Tom.
Right.
Yeah. This
I
I
respect
see
movie.
your
how it
wrong
is.
opinion.
I see how it is.
Yeah, Dom, I do disagree with you because I think like, a lot of the things you're getting hung up on, I just don't I think that's not the point. This is just
Yeah.
supposed to be a fun, heartwarming story about, someone who two people who need something from each other. Miyagi needs to fill like a hole in his heart, and Daniel Russo's character needs like a father figure, and it comes at the perfect time. And it's just like a wholesome story of two like unlikely people crossing paths and just forming a connection that you would never think would happen. And so everything else is just sort of like sprinkles on top. And that's why I love it. It's such a good human story.
Chris,
You
I
said
mean,
that
you're right,
perfectly.
man.
Oh,
I mean, all that
You-
stuff
that
is
was
there.
amazing.
But
Chris, you sound exactly like me when I'm defending Home Alone against AJ.
Right? I was like, whoa. I was like,
Yo, right?
whoa. Okay.
Right?
You're
So,
toast in there.
so now I get it. Now I get it.
Yeah.
Oh man, but no, Chris.
like, I understand now.
Your final take on this film?
Yeah, that was.
Christian,
we
you're
asking?
up.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't. It got cut out.
Roundtable?
Yeah.
Oh no, sorry, no, hey, no, my bad. I know there's a lot flying left and right, bad jokes and whatnot. So yeah, you're up.
Okay. You said that perfectly, so I don't know how to top
Yeah.
that, but I enjoyed it. I was not one of the kids who actually grew up like loving it, but then like going back to it, like seeing it earlier this past week, it has its moments, and especially that 80s feel and vibe, and how it like I like it more now, and especially now hopping onto the Cobra Kai like hype and train. I do have appreciation for it more. So I enjoy it. It's a great film. So it's nostalgic for the 80s.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Absolutely. Chris, you nailed it. That was the absolute perfect way to describe Karate Kid. There's a pop song, and it didn't get popular down in the States, but they was talking about like it's called all about like the 80s, and he said like, I remember how the Karate Kid made me feel like I was invincible. And I think that's actually a pretty good. I feel invincible when watching the Karate Kid. Like I feel better about myself. I feel like I can accomplish anything. And I think that's the emotion that, comes out with, especially with Mr. Miyagi. Like everyone wants a mentor, a father figure, and a friend like Mr. Miyagi. You know what I mean? And yeah, Chris got it right. And I'm just going to, with what Dom said about the whole black and white thing, I understand where you're coming from. But I would argue, and again, I haven't seen the show, but I would argue that when you make a show like Cobra Kai about, like, from a movie from 1984, that is the perfect opportunity to go more into the moral gray areas, start to look at the villain, you know what I mean? Like, dive more into his character. Like, that's the place to do it. Whereas a movie like this, like, I think it's okay that it's a little black and white. Like, I think of Star Wars, it's like, you don't really know the moral gray area of Darth Vader in the first Star Wars movie. It's heroes, rebels, villains, empire, black, white, literally Darth Vader and Stormtroopers, black and white. I just thought of that just now, but like Karate Kid is such an amazing movie, and I love it just as much, if not more. And this is where David will never talk to me ever again. I love it just as much, if not more, than Back to the Future, another 80s movie, which I also love.
Wow.
I put them right there. Depending on the day you ask me, maybe I can make a point that Back to the Future is better because it's still that movie is amazing. But I put Karate Kid like right up to it. And again, I can see David just shaking his head and just so disappointed. He's just like, Brandon, I had so much hope for you. I had so much hope for you. You know what? Sure, you were that. Yeah, but just no, you lost me. So sorry, buddy. Hope you sleep well at night.
Fine. It's fine. I'm good.
Yeah.
David and everybody else is about to get upset with me.
Uh-oh.
Back to the Future, overrated, bro. It is.
What?
We're not talking about that right now. We're talking about Karate Kid.
Okay. And Cobra Kai, I love it, but it's not a good show. Okay, anyway, Karate Kid.
No, you're just playing. You must be playing now.
No, I'm dead serious. I don't think Cobra Kai is a good show.
Quick, Chris, do the plug.
But
Yeah.
You're just hating to hate right now.
no, I'm not. I swear, I love that show. I really enjoy it. I'll watch every episode. I watched every episode, and I love that show. I don't feel like it's the production quality, the dialogue, the acting. Dude, no, it's not good. And people that say that it is good, I feel like they're hanging on the nostalgia of the Karate Kid. But I love it. I love it still. So, anyway, Karate Kid, I love Karate Kid. And I think it is a product of its time, but I love it. It's so good. Right. Everybody's quiet. Why is everybody so quiet? I wonder why.
I wish y'all could have
Oh,
gave
just
like
trying to-
ratings. Like I wish we all could have gave ratings.
I think everyone's still
what
just
it
kind
is.
of trying to react to your response to
I
Cobra
know
Kai.
it. Nobody,
Which, again, like,
nobody knows how to respond to that.
I can understand why people don't like that show. I brought up problems that I have with it.
No, I love it.
Yeah,
though.
everyone will hear.
You're like, I hate it, but I
everyone
love
here
it.
who wants
No,
But,
I
you know,
didn't
I hate
say
it.
I hate it. I just
I hate
don't
it.
think
I
it's
love
a
it.
good
I hate it.
show.
I love it.
Sounds like you have a hate ship love.
I was about to say, sounds like
Well,
you're in an
Mac,
abusive
man,
relationship with the
let's
show.
Right,
get
basically.
your let's get your hate or love of the Karate Kid, Mac.
It's a movie.
Okay. Well
Nah,
said.
but it's you know, it's like you could say a lot of movies are a product of the time. Like we'll look at movies nowadays and be like, hey, that's gonna be a product of its time. But like, you know, Karate Kid, it's a nice inspirational story of like, hey, martial arts can be used for self-defense and not to be a prick. So that's the moral of the story. But Karate
And
Kid is a
defends
pretty
against
good
other
movie.
pricks.
Yeah, but I would say like it's definitely a film that I'd say you got to at least watch once. For like every generation should watch once. And then, like you said earlier, it is a time capsule film.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally. David, man.
Okay. So everybody that's saying it's a product of its time, yet the whole thing is about the message, then that doesn't mean it's a product of its time. It's kind of contradictory to what you guys are saying. So the message
In a way, though.
on.
In a way, it's a product of its time. A lot of different elements, but yeah, I get what you're saying. The message, it does live on.
And that's probably the only thing that has me watching this movie again is kind of the central message. Obviously, you want to see, you know, Danny, who doesn't have a mentor figure, right, with Mr. Miyagi, kind of go forth on this journey and get his revenge, so to speak, and just show that he's not a punk, you know, not going to get his ass kicked every time he goes to school and stuff like that. And yeah, it's a cool movie, but is it iconic status, which everyone kind of, you know, dubs it, you know, it gets a 4K release and it spawns its own show? No, I don't think so. I mean, I don't put it up there with Back to the Future at all whatsoever. Not even up there with E.T., because I can rewatch E.T. all the time. But, you know, I mean, it's to each his own. But I thought it was an okay movie. It's an okay movie, and there's a lot of it. Going back, I was like, this is a 2-hour movie. Could have definitely been a 1 hour and 40-minute movie.
Yep.
Could have definitely been.
Yup.
So it had
You
had
didn't
slow
need
pace.
Newark in the beginning there.
Well, that would have like cut off like 2 minutes of the movie.
Many scenes that I would have
But
scratching the surface there.
could have been trimmed. Like I said, you know, I had gripes with some of the protagonists in the film. Could have been a little more menacing, but I love the bond between, of course, Miyagi and Danny. I think that's what keeps it iconic. And it's just an okay movie that I could see like maybe like once every like 8 years, something like that. Like I don't need to see it like every year. That's what I'm saying. Like it doesn't have that rewatch value. Like I'll show it to like, you know, my kids, or I'll show it to like my nieces and nephews or something like that. But that's it. Like I don't need to rewatch it all the time.
There's one thing I
The
agree with
last
you
time
on
I saw
there,
this
David.
movie was 10 years ago, which was the first time I ever saw it. So that should put this movie in perspective as far as how important this is to me.
There's one thing that I agree with you on there, David, is the whole product of the times thing. Like whenever I hear product of the times, I feel like it's kind of like an excuse. Like, oh, it's just a product of its times. Kind of like it's a popcorn movie. Like you can't really take it too seriously. It's like, yeah, it's a product of the times because like of the way that they dress.
Yeah,
and
it's aesthetically the way it looks.
Of course, it was made in the 80s. You're gonna have 80s things.
Yeah.
You know, like I guess with that being said, every single movie is a product of its times because you know if you're making a movie, it's a business. You want people to go see it, so they're gonna make movies that people are gonna want to like. You know, like I guess people are gonna look back 10 years, 15 years, like remember when superhero movies were the big thing? You know, who knows how long that goes on, but that's a whole other discussion. But like, yeah, it's the message. If you have likable characters, and I've said this many times, a great story that's intriguing and interesting and entertaining and an emotional investment, then the movie can be watched for generations. Like I've mentioned Wizard of Oz in this thing. Why is that movie still talked about? Why is that movie still famous? Why does everyone know that movie, even though it was made like over like 80 years ago? Because it has all those things and it's a timeless story. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So like that's the whole thing. And I think that Karate Kid definitely has that.
You're about to get AJ's take on Wizard of Oz right now.
Yeah. Worst movie ever.
Worst
Trash.
movie
Trash.
Worst movie ever.
Trash.
Trash.
No, I like Wizard of Oz. So
Oh, thank God, man. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, really.
I had to take you to the doctor
I
to
was
find
worried
a
there for a
soul.
minute.
Yeah, Wizard of Oz was
oh gosh,
Solid.
you guys probably hate me now.
Guys, this was an absolute blast. Thank you all so much for joining us tonight. This was great. Apparently, we hit 90 subs at some point during it, so that's really
Hey,
cool. And
Congratulations,
What's
buddy.
we got to watch arguably one of the greatest films of all time. So, I mean,
Exactly.
what more could you ask for? So,
Arguably.
with that being said, why don't we all go around one last time? Everyone plug your channels. Let all the listeners out there, past, future, and present, you know how YouTube works, so to know where they can find you and follow you guys. And again, remember, everyone's links are in the description. And just thank you guys all again so much for being here. So we'll just start the way we started this off. Kristen, tell the people what
Great,
you want them to know.
Thanks, Dom and Chris. Thanks for having me. Great film as always. And you guys can follow me at KFilmingo on Twitter and at Miss Filmingo on Instagram, whatever the banner says over there. But yeah. Follow me there. And you can also catch me on the Mac Movie Reviews podcast. And I'll hopefully talk to you all soon.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely. We have some cool stuff coming up in October, and pretty much everyone here is a part of it. So if you liked this energy tonight, keep your guys on our channel. And speaking of channels popping off and stuff, this next dude right here, Brando's been killing it lately on YouTube.
Well,
Brando,
thank you
take
very
it away,
much.
man.
Yes. Well, Chris and Dom, thank you so much for having me. It's always a blast to be on these watch-alongs with you guys. And it was great to see a bunch of familiar faces. But where you guys can find me, you can find me on YouTube at Brandocritic. You can find me on Instagram at Brandocritic and on Letterboxd at Brandocritic. And again, I've been doing a lot of movie reviews, especially of older movies, newer movies, because we actually are getting some newer movies, which is just crazy to think about. I'm doing a lot of first-time reactions. Those seem to be doing very, very well for the channel. So I'm doing a lot more of those. I just filmed Gremlins last night. I just saw that for the very first time.
Oh my gosh.
That's all I'll say. But yeah, live streams too. The Brando show is still in the infancy stages, but I want to have all you guys on as guests. So if you guys want to come on, then you guys are more than welcome to. It's an open door. And Blu-ray hunting videos, those are like, I love doing those as well. Can't do it too much because my wallet will not appreciate it very much. But anyways, guys, wax on, wax off. Have a good one. Thank you so much for having me on, guys. And congrats on 90 subs. 100 is coming very, very soon.
Congrats.
Very soon.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. AJ, man, you're up next. We
Yo,
had
you
a
can
great
find me
collab about
on-
Lost. And
Oh yeah. You can find me on AJ Reacts 2 on YouTube. Dom and Chris, thank you so much for having me on here. Another watch along. It's been a blast. I love this film. This is actually an 80s film that's good. So thank you for having me on here. And yeah, I do movie reviews. I do rankings, tier lists, all kinds of things like that. So yeah, come check me out. You might enjoy some of the content.
yeah, AJ's channel is a blast. He's all over the
This
place,
man
like you
says
said, and it's
might
always
enjoy.
I hope so. I hope you do.
yeah, exactly. You guys are gonna love it. Check it out. And
Everyone
speaking
here
of
does
love
quality
things, check out the
content.
Mac Movie Reviews podcast. Mac, dude, let people know what you want them to know before you head out of here, bro.
Yeah, first of all, AJ, run this fade with me in the street before you leave with all your controversial film opinions. Yes, thank you. We're running this fade after this. Fight night, round 3.
Yeah.
I'm Ali,
Ding, ding.
you're Frazier. But
Let's
yeah,
get
so
Rumble.
but yeah, we got the podcast. We, like I said earlier, we had the interview with Oak Anderson, director of the Slit short horror film that recently is making around on the internet. You can expect that, and then we're taking a week off. Then we're going to be coming back to the podcast next time, and we're going to be doing a Robert Pattinson retrospective and doing a little review of Devil All the Time. So you can look forward to that. And you can find me on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and all that.
Very cool. All right.
Yeah, I'm still on the street.
Awkward. Awkward.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and Facebook keeps taking my page down for some reason.
Promote the website, Mac.
Bro, what happened?
Yeah,
Did they get kicked out? Oh,
I think so.
Yeah, the host got kicked out.
Oh
That's what
no.
happened.
Chris is
Bro,
frozen on
that's-
my end.
That's gonna be my promo clip for this video. I'm gonna post that on Instagram.
Whoa.
Whoa. So what's
That
going
was
on, man?
crazy.
Oh,
StreamYard. StreamYard letting us down. Big time. StreamYard letting us down big time.
That was a good moment, though.
Mac, you
Oh
held your
my
own like a
God,
champ,
dude.
though.
That's right.
good job,
I got
Mac.
it.
By the way,
Yeah. StreamYard does not like any of us
You
tonight.
did, Mac. And that is the number one rule of show business. Mac, way to handle that like a champ. Oh man, that's amazing. Tell him what you want him to know about you and your channel.
I'm gonna keep it short and sweet because I don't know if this is gonna freeze frame on me again or I'm just gonna I'm gonna be stuck in this. I'm gonna be stuck in this square.
Stuck in here forever.
But yeah, I'm David for Flix Talk, and I like to movie reviews as well as some streaming shows that I watch. I'll be doing reviews for those on the weekends usually, and every Sunday at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Elliot for Movie Files. We do go over like a weekly podcast of just TV and movie news, so you guys can look forward to that every Sunday. And just like Brando, I do a lot of out and abouts where it's like Blu-ray hunting as well. Dollar Tree Blu-ray hunting where you guys can get some good deals, and I'm doing a lot of live streams as well, just kind of having fun with my channel. And like Chris knows, we just did recently, I think it was on Monday, a weird UFO New Jersey video. So we're having fun with our channel, and a lot of people are having fun with it too. So yeah, check me out at Flix Talk, FLIX Talk, also on Instagram at Flix Talk, and then Flix Talk Podcast on Twitter and Facebook is where you can find me.
Yeah, be sure to check that
There
out.
we go.
That was amazing.
Oh, thank God.
I was
All that
nervous
heavy
for you,
words.
David.
Chris, let's
I'm
wrap
gonna
it up
hold
and get
it.
out of here before StreamYard
That
freezes us out again.
Yeah, you gotta.
say it.
Oh no.
Oh no,
Oh, no.
Freeze yard.
Oh, no,
We
no,
call it
again.
Freeze yard.
People, this was awesome. This was the Talking TV podcast. We watched the Karate Kid. It was great. That was Kristen. That's Mac, AJ, Brando, David, from Chris and myself. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Talking TV. No G. Subscribe to this channel. If you guys haven't had as much fun tonight and you want to have more fun with future watch-alongs and other awesome events, then definitely subscribe to this channel. Yeah, it would mean a lot to us. Chris, you have anything else you want to plug real quick?
No,
I don't know if he
just
can.
check out this coming week. We're interviewing one of the actors from this movie, but also Dom, leave the people with the message and let's end this freeze yard stream as David called it.
What fucking move? We out.
Oh, that's
Oh
like
my
an Olympic